Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kobe and this is SkyTech Digital. Now in this video, I'm going to show you how to create this amazing real estate website over here. Now as you can see, this is a very amazing real estate website. It has everything that a real estate website should have. Okay, so if I'm going to take you now, first of all, I'm going to take you through how the website looks like, and then if you're interested in watching this full tutorial, then you go ahead and then you watch it. But as you can see, this is how the homepage really looks like. So this is what is an amazing website. People can come to your website and list their properties on the website, and then also become an agent whenever they want to list their properties on your website. Now this website is more or less like a multi-vendor website whereby people will list their properties over there, but they will they'll buy a package before they can be able to list that kind of property over there. So it is not a multi-vendor website where you buy something over there, but it is more or less like a directory whereby people can be able to list their properties on your website, and then you can also list your property over there. So it's having both the back end and then the front end property submit form, whereby users can submit properties on your website, and then they can be contacted whenever they want to whenever somebody wants that particular property. So as you can see, we have every feature, all the features of a real estate website. Okay, so I used an amazing theme and then also an amazing plugin to be able to achieve this kind of website as you see over here. So I'm going to take you through what the website really looks like, all the functions and the features of the website, and then we go ahead to create this website from scratch. So as you can see, this is the header over here. So we have the logo over here, which is KT Homes. Now KT means SkyTech Homes. Okay, and then the menu items too over here. Okay, so we have the home, the properties, the rent, sale, land, about, contact, login, register, and then list your property. Okay, and then if you come over here, this is the hero session with image image kind of like sliding image over here. Okay, and then we also have the properties displaying over here, which is if somebody wants to rent a property, when the person clicks over, it will take the person to the rental page. If somebody wants to sell a property, or when somebody wants to buy a property, it's the person, when the person clicks over here, will take the person to the sale place. And then if the person wants to buy a land, it will also take the person to the land's place. Okay, now we also have locations, various locations that is listed on the website. So top locations over here. Okay, you can display it. Now you can decide to write a name for it. Okay, so let's say top locations, you can decide to write for it, but I didn't do that. Now when somebody wants properties from Accra, the person can click over here. When somebody wants properties from, let's say, Lagos, the person can click on this one. When somebody wants a property from, let's say, Mumbai, India, the person can also click over here. Okay, so that is it. Now we also have latest properties. Okay, so the latest properties on this website, you can see it over here. So these are featured properties. So as you can see over here, you can set some properties as featured as well. Okay, to help people always be able to boost their product in front of the users. Okay, so these are some of the properties that were listed, and then we also have if you want the person to get in touch with you or contact you, the person can click on this one to get to the contact page over there. So this is how the home page looks like. It's very simple and very sleek. It is modern home page for your website. Okay, now this can be used for any real estate website. Okay, so now let's go to the search property page. So now let's click on the search property or let's go to the property all the property page. Okay, so when I click over here, it's going to give me the property page, which is at the advanced word search. Okay, now I will see all my properties over here. Okay, so as you can see, all the properties on the website will be displayed over here. So we have you can search um by, this is what an advanced search bar over here. You can search by different types. You can decide to display whatever you want to display over here. Okay, for users to have all kinds of things to search from. Okay, and then also you can also display it on the the sidebar over here also. Okay, so this is what basically the property page. Okay, so the property page. Now if you want to let's say if you want to view one property, this is how it also looks like. Okay, so let's say we want to view a property. So as you can see, this is how a property really looks like. Okay, so very nice with a header over here. Okay, and then the price also displaying over here. Okay, and then you have the property image over here, and then the person can can view all the other pictures by just sliding through it. Okay, and then that is it. Now the property description is also over there, the address, okay, it's also over there, and then the overview, and then the features of all the properties can be seen over here. Okay, now you can also see the person or the property agent, okay, over here, and then you can decide to contact the person or view other properties that the person the agent also have. Now you can go ahead to enter your name and the email address and telephone number, and then you send a message to the agent that you are interested in this property, and then the agent will contact you. Now as you can see, you will see the date that the property was submitted, and then also the number of views that the property would have gotten so far. Okay, and then if you want to leave a comment, you can also leave a comment over here on the website, and that is it. And then you can post your comment. Okay, so basically that is how a property really looks like. Okay, now what if you want to list your own property? Let's say you are an agent and then you want to list your own property. Now it is also very simple. You can click over here to say list your property. Now it will take you to this place which says you have to log into to continue. Okay, so how do you log in? Just click on here, or you can click on this side or this side. Okay, so I'll show you how you can be able to create this login page over here. Okay, so you create an amazing login, and then register pages over here. Okay, so as you can see, this is how the login page looks like, and this is how the register page also looks like. Okay, so I'll show you how you can be able to create it. So you can go ahead and then log in. Okay, so let's say I have an account on it already. If you don't have an account, you go ahead to register for it. Okay, but let's say I have an account on it already, and then I can go ahead and log into my account. Now look at something. At the moment I log into my account, as you can see, the menu items changes. Okay, so the login, the register, and all those things changes, and then we have hello Mike over here. Okay, with all other details over here. Okay, so your current listing package doesn't allow you to publish any more properties. Please click the button below to select new property. So the current the package that I use for this over here is only one free package. Okay, so what I have to do is to upgrade my package listing. Okay, because Mike has used this package to submit a property, which is just one free listing. Okay, so that is it. So if you look at Mike's profile over here, you see Mike's property over there. Okay, so this is this is Mike's profile. Okay, so you can see Mike's profile, and then you can check Mike's properties. Okay, so as you can see, you can check Mike's properties over here. Okay, so these two properties are for Mike. Okay, and then if you go to invoices, you can also see Mike's invoices. Okay, so Mike paid this one for free. Okay, a package for free. Okay, and then that is it. Now you can look at favorite, saved searches, and then also submit a property. Okay, and then if you go ahead you can check out your listing details to what over here. Okay, now the end date is what 8 October 2022 because it is for 1 month. Okay, so you can see everything over here. And then if you want to change your package, you can click over here to go to what packages over here. And then as you can see, these are the packages on the on the website. Okay, so let's say you want to choose this one over here. You can go ahead and then choose this package over here. Okay, and then you can go ahead and then do what click on pay to pay. So that is how the packages works. Okay, and then you can go ahead and then pay and then submit your listing over there. So guys, this is an amazing website that I'm going to show you every detail how you can be able to achieve this thing. Okay, so the main thing is to show you how the whole software on this website really works. Okay, and that is what we are going to do perfectly. We're going to do everything perfectly over here. Okay, so I'll show you how you can be able to design your header over here, also set up your home page. Okay, and then get the free plugin that we are going to use to work perfectly for you. Okay, I'm going to show you everything from the back end and then also the front end, how everything is going to work for you. So if you are interested in this video, if you're interested in this real estate video, I would like you to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Also, I will entreat you to leave a comment and let me know how you feel about this video right here, or this website right here. Okay, and then let's go ahead and then create our website. Okay guys, so before we go on, I just want to tell you that this website that we're going to create is mobile responsive. Okay, so if we check it on the on inspect, let's check it and see. Now as you can see, it is very mobile friendly. Okay, so you can check everything over here. Okay, you can check you can change the device type, any device that you want, and it is still responsive, and it is mobile friendly. Okay, so if you check it on Samsung Galaxy A51, it is still responsive over here. Everything is perfectly done, and everything is correctly done. Okay, if you check the menus over here, you can see that it is responsive. Everything is perfect. Okay, and that is the website that we're going to create. Very, very mobile friendly, which will help your users be able to navigate through the website very, very well. Okay, so I'm not sure you're gonna worried about this kind of website that we're gonna create. Okay, so don't worry about it. It is very mobile friendly. Now let's go to how we can be able to start creating the website. Now to start creating the website, we will need a domain name, and then we also need a hosting. Okay, but I'm not going to go through all those steps with you. Now if you want a domain name and a hosting, you can please open a new link over here and type in kitechdigital.com/namecheap, and then hit enter. Now of course this link, I'll leave it in the description. It is an affiliate link. If you want to support the channel, you can use it. Okay, but I can't force you to use it. But if you want to buy a domain, then you will have to support the channel. And if you want to support the channel too, then please use this link over here. Okay, now if you use the link over here, you come over here. Now I'm not going to go through all the details in buying domain and hosting and linking it together, because I've done separate videos on how to buy domain and then hosting. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I will go straight to my YouTube. Now if you are not, click on my YouTube, go into the YouTube channel over there. Now go to the channel page. Okay, go to the channel page. This is the channel page, youtube.com/c/kitechdigital. Okay, just go to the channel page over there and then hit on playlist over here. Okay, now if you hit on playlist over here, or go to the playlist session, and then you will see this playlist over here which says so how to create your own website from scratch. Okay, just view the full playlist, and then you see this particular video over here which says so how to buy cheap domain. We also have how to buy affordable hosting and connect your domain, how to install WordPress, and then cPanel. Okay, and then how to create a website, and then how to change your WP. But you just need 1 2 3 of it. Okay, now it's very it's not that much. It is just 5 minutes, 6 minutes, and then 5 minutes with video. Okay, now you can watch them and then learn how to you can buy the domain name using the link that I've provided for you over there. Okay, and then when you get your domain name, then you can follow this tutorial. But if you don't have a domain name too, I have a separate video on how to install WordPress on your computer. Okay, be it Windows or Mac. Okay, you go over there and then go under videos over here, just search for install WordPress. Okay, just search for install WordPress, and then you see how to install WordPress for free on Windows over there. Okay, just click on it, and then you can watch it how you can be able to install WordPress on your Windows. Okay, now you have to search from the channel. Okay, don't search from the main search over here, just search from the channel. Now when you are done with it, install your WordPress, then you can follow this tutorial, because I'm not going to go through all the steps otherwise the video will be so long that I'm not going to end now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, after you buying your domain name and the hosting, then you log into your admin panel over here of the website. Okay, now so the next step that we are going to do is to do WordPress settings. Okay, so we're going to do a few WordPress settings. Now before we even start to design the website and then start to do the few WordPress settings, I want to say a big thank you to everyone who supported this channel up to for us getting 2,000 subscribers. Okay, now I really appreciate each and every one of you. I cannot mention all the names, everybody who supported this channel. Okay, I see all the comments and I see everybody over there. Okay, thank you very much, and thank you for supporting the channel. I really do appreciate it. Let's go in harder, keep sharing the link and keep sharing the videos so that we reach 5,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Okay, so thank you, and I really do appreciate you guys. Now let's jump into the video again. Now what we have to do is we are going to do a few WordPress settings. Okay, now to do to start all those WordPress settings, what we're going to do is I'm going to clear the dashboard over here. So what I'll do is I'll just go to screen options over here, and then I'll untick all these things over here, okay, which I don't really need. Okay, so that my dashboard will be clean. Okay, now that I have a clean dashboard, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to settings over here and then go to general. Now I want to make sure that my website have a name. It also have a tagline. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give the website a name, which is Kitech Real Estate. Okay, Kitech Real Estate. And then the tagline that I'm going to give is perfect home for you and your family. Or I can decide to give perfect house to call your home. Okay, so let me give this one perfect house to call your home. Now that I have my site title and then my tagline set, the next move is to check and see if this one is correct, this one is also correct, and then make sure that you have your admin email address. Now you can decide to take this one. Okay, if your website is going to be a membership website, so you take it, and then the user role, leave it as default as it is, and then check everything if it is correct. The date, the time format, everything, check and see. So my time zone, I'm going to set it to Accra, Okay, because I'm in Accra, I'm in Ghana, and then I'm going to click on save changes. Now I have my general settings set up. Now the next one that I'm going to do is I'm going to go to permalinks over here. I'm going to go to permalinks, and then instead of plain over here, I'm going to set my permalinks to post name. Okay, now why do I set it to post name? I set it to post name because if you check all the examples over here, it is the post name, which is a very simple one, which is also what SEO friendly. Now what it means is that when you have this, your permalink set to post name, it will be very easy for search engines to be able to rank your website well. Okay, and then your website URL will be very, very simple depending on your post name. Okay, and that is why we want to set it to what we set it to post name. After I have done the settings over here, I'm going to click on save changes. Okay, now I think my settings are correct. The next step, what we're going to do for the next step is to install a theme. Okay, we're going to install a theme. Now themes are the building blocks of every WordPress website. Okay, as you can see, this website have its own theme, and it is based on the 2022 theme. Okay, it is based on the default WordPress 2022 theme, which is this one. Now we want a theme whereby we can be able to customize it. We can be able to customize every part of the theme that we're going to use. Okay, so that we are not going to add any code, add anything before we can be able to do this, do that. No, we want customizations to be done freely without restriction. Okay, and that is why I want to introduce a free theme to you, and this theme is one of the best themes so far on WordPress. Okay, there are so many best themes on WordPress, and I've talked about some of them. I've talked about Astra, I've talked about Ocean WP, I've talked about Rishi theme, I've talked about a whole lot of them, but this theme is also one of the themes that I've also talked about it, which is the Cadence theme. Okay, it is one of the most popular themes on WordPress right now. Now to install the theme, what we have to do is to hover on appearance over here and then click on themes. Okay, so I'm going to delete some of the theme over here because I will not really need all these themes. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click over here and then delete the Astra theme because I'm not going to need it. Okay, I won't need it. Now I want my website to be very fast. Okay, so if there are too many themes on it, it slows down the WordPress website. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this one also and then click on delete. Okay, and then the next one is the 2022 2020 theme. Sorry, I'll click on delete over here and then click on OK. Okay, and then 2021, I'll click on delete over here and then click on OK. So now I have these two themes over here. Now this is the theme that I'm talking about, which is the Cadence theme. Okay, now if of course you're not going to have it over here because maybe you don't know it. Okay, so what you have to do is to click on add new over here and then search the theme over here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to search for Cadence. Just search for Cadence, and then you're going to find the most amazing theme on WordPress right now, which is the Cadence theme over here. Okay, so this one is what we are going to use. Okay, so this is the Cadence theme. So just click on activate, just click on install now, and now it's going to be installed like this. Okay, so you click on install, and then after installing you click on activate to activate the theme for you. Now when the theme is activated, you're gonna see that thanks for choosing the Cadence theme. Okay, and they will tell you to install the Cadence starter template. Now I don't need a Cadence starter template for anything, so I'm going to delete it and delete this once also. Okay, and then I'm going to have these two themes over here. Now I just want the Cadence theme to be on it, so I'm going to delete the 2022 theme. Okay, so I just have only one theme on my website. Okay, which will will fasten the speed of the website. So what I'm going to do is after installing the theme, what else? Now I need to install some plugins to make the theme what function well. Okay, now you know that we're going to have what we're going to have this beautiful website over here. Now we need some plugins to be able to what help us design this kind of what website that we want to design, the properties pages, to to design even the home page. We need a plugin to do that because we don't want to write any code. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to plugins over here and then click on add new plugin. Okay, so the first plugin that we're going to install is what we're going to install the software that we are going to use to design or to create our real estate website. Okay, and that software is called Essential Real Estate. So you search for Essential Real Estate over here and you're gonna have what this plugin over here. So as you can see, it's having over 10,000 active installation and almost 5-star ratings. Okay, meaning that the plugin is what is very good. Okay, so make sure that you click on install now to install it and then click on activate to activate this. Okay, so when you click on activate to activate it, it's gonna bring you over here which says that the setup. So the first phase that you're gonna face is this place over here. Now what are you going to do? First you're going to what do some page setup. Okay, so you're going to create all your the pages that is needed for this plugin to work. Okay, so what we're going to do is we click on continue to page setup. So let's click on continue to page setup, and then we are going to have all these pages set up, and then we will have to create all these pages. Okay, so we have to create new property, my properties, my profile, my invoice, my favorite, my saved searches, packages, payment invoice, payment completed, login, register, compare, and then advanced search. Okay, now of course if you don't want to use this site to create it, all these pages have their own short codes over here. Okay, so you can copy this short code in every page that you want to create. Okay, so for instance, if you are using the next plugin that we are going to install, that is Elementor, to create your pages, then you can use the plugins over here to help you, the shortcuts over here to insert on the Elementor pages to help you create your pages. Okay, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on create selected pages over here. I'm going to click on it, and then all these pages are created for me. Okay, so as you can see, all these pages have been created for me right now. Okay, so add a property at the back end, real estate, and all these things have been created so starting from new property over here up to advanced stage have been created for me. Okay, so if I want to add a property at the back end, I'll click over here. But then I am done with the page setup over here. Now as you can see, we install the plugin, and then we have this menu item over here, and then also another one over here, another one over here. All this one comes with the plugin that we installed, the Essential Real Estate that we installed. Now we're going to go through all of them, but before we go through all of them, okay, first let's install the other plugins that we need to install, and then we come back to do this essential plugins settings, the final settings that we have to go through and do all those things. Okay, so what we have to do is the other plugins that we have to install is, one, we have to install Elementor. Okay, now we use Elementor to create all our pages. Okay, and then two, we have to also install classic widgets. Okay, now this will help us to be able to showcase our widgets that in a place that we want, in the sidebars and all those things that we want. And then also WP forms to help us create a form so that we can use it in our contact page. And then also we will install user menus. Okay, now the user menus will help us to be able to menus will be visible and then not visible depending on the user role. Okay, so if I want to show the login menu, I can make it visible to only people who are logged out. Okay, and then make it not visible to what, or hide it from people who are what, who are logged in. Okay, and then I also will install the last plugin, which is the copy and delete post. Now I use that one to duplicate what, post, any post that I'm creating. Okay, so let's go straight to what, let's jump to plugins over here, and then click on add new, and then let's install the plugins that I'm talking about right now. So the first one we're going to talk about is Elementor over here. So we're going to what, install Elementor. Okay, just type in Elementor, and you're going to have Elementor website builder. Okay, so you can build a whole website using what, Elementor. Just install it, click on install now, and then click on activate. Now Elementor will take you through an onboarding what process. Okay, now of course I'm going to skip it. They will tell you to link your account and all those things. I'm going to what, just close this one, and then I'll go back to plugins again, and then click on add new, and then I'm going to install my classic widget. So this is the classic widget that I'm going to install. As you can see, that what, 1 million plus active installation. So I'll install it, and then the next one I will install is also what, WP Forms. Okay, so I'm going to install this one over here, content form by WP Forms. Okay, I'll just install this one also, and then the next one that I'm going to install is user menus. Okay, so this one over here, okay, is what I'm going to install, user menus. So I'll click on install, and then the last one is what, copy and delete. Okay, so this one over here, okay, duplicate what, post. Okay, that is what I'm going to what, I'm going to install, because I'll use it to what, duplicate what, post. Okay, so now that I have all of them installed, now I can go to what, installed plugins over here, click on installed plugins, and then all the plugins that I installed that I haven't activated. Okay, so I can go to inactive what, plugins over here, and then click on this one to select all of them, and then I'll click on what, bulk actions, and then click on activate to activate all the plugins that I installed. Okay, so I'm going to skip this one. Okay, so this is what the user menu introduction. Okay, so I'm going to what, click on close over here. Okay, very good. So you can do all your settings that you want to you do over here. Okay, but I'm not going to go over there. So what I'm going to go is I'm going to go straight to the next one, which is, now that we have all our plugins installed, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight to the next one, which is do the plugins, essential real estate plugins with settings. Okay, so now to do the settings, hover on what, essential real estate over here, and then go to real estate options over here. Okay, so click on it. Now you're going to have a bunch of what, settings that you have to what, deal with over here. Okay, but we're going to go through all of them one by one so that you understand it. Okay, so of course you can select your country where you are. Okay, so I am in Ghana, so I'm going to select what, Ghana. Okay, so you choose where your country, the default country that what you want the the website to be in. So if you are in, let's say you are in Nigeria, you choose Nigeria. If you are in India, you choose India. If you are in the US also, you choose what, US. Okay, and then you select your town. Okay, so as at now there is no what, default city what, selected. Okay, there's no default city selected because we have not what, we have not done those kind of things, but the country is selected and it's okay for us. Now enable filter location. So if you want to what, enable filter location. Okay, so enable or disable filter country and city and all those things, you can what, enable it over here. And then language also, you can what, you can select your language. Okay, and then measurement unit for what, for property size. So what measurement do you want to use? Okay, so square feet is okay for me. And then measurement unit for what, for land, square feet is also what, okay for me. If you want to use square meters or custom units, you can what, you can use it, but square feet is also okay for me. And then also other options, so right to left mode and all those things, you can what, you can set all the other options over here. So if you have CDN bootstrap script, CDN bootstrap style sheet, CDN font awesome. All those things you can set it up over here. Okay, now if you are done with it, just click on what save options to save it. Now let's go to what the page setup what settings. So this is where you are supposed to what link every page that you set to what to the right what place. Okay, so as you can see, new property is what for new property over here. Okay, because we did the first settings over there, but if you skip it, then after creating your pages, you need to come and what set it up over here. Okay, now it is very important not to mess around over here. Make sure that compare goes with what compare, advanced search goes with advanced search, register goes with register, login goes with login, payment completed goes with payment completed. If you change the page name, make sure that you know which one you are changing the name, so that you link it to that particular page, because of the short code that is in those pages. Okay, so all the other ones, like I said, make sure that new property is linked with new property. For instance, maybe you change new property to list your properties. If you change it to list your properties, make sure that it is assigned to new property. List your properties is assigned to new property over here. So all these things, you make sure that you have done it correctly. Okay, otherwise you're going to get error whenever you are trying to do something on the website. Okay, so after you've done all these things, make sure that you save changes also. Now let's go to the URL slug over here. Okay, now these are the slugs for all the URL for each and every page. Okay, so the page slugs for all of them, property slug and all those things. You have to, maybe you want to use the link to link to different page and all those things. Make sure that you know the slug that you are using. Okay, so these are all of them. And then we also go to price format. Okay, so the price format is the format of the price that you want to use. Okay, so you want to represent 1,000 with the text by maybe K. Okay, and then you want to represent million with the text by M. You want to represent B, so you can decide to do whatever you want to do over here. And then the currency sign. Okay, so for me, I want to change the currency sign to Ghana cedi. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll go and search for Ghana cedi on Google over here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy the sign over here. Now I do that because my keyboard doesn't have the Ghana cedi over here. So what I'll do is I'll just Google it and then copy it, and then come back to my options over here, and then over here I'll just put this one over here as my currency sign. And then the currency sign position, where do you want to put the currency? Is it at the back or in front? Okay, it depends on you. So I want to put it before over here, and then the separator, the decimal, all these things, make sure that it is it is set. So if you want maybe you want them to get price on call. Okay, this is the text that you want to put over there. Now after that, click on save changes over here. So you have to go through all these settings and make sure that everything is correct for you. So the user and agent settings over here. Okay, so allowed to submit property via front end. If you don't want anybody to submit property via front end, then just click on no. Okay, you just toggle no over here, and nobody will be allowed to submit property. But if you click on yes over here, then all users can submit property. If no, you should click on no. Okay, user can register as agent. Yes, automatically approve after user register as agent. It can be yes or no. Sorry, it can be yes or no. Okay, depending on what you want to do. But I'm going to put everything yes over here, and then users can type password on registration form. You can say yes, because you want them to type their own password. Okay, so if no, users will get auto-generated password via email. Okay, but I want them to type their own password. And then register terms and conditions. So over here you see I don't have any terms and conditions page, so it has automatically picked the advanced search page. Okay, but I'm going to put it at a sample page over here. Okay, and then become an agent terms and condition page. Okay, so this one also I'm going to put it under sample page over here. This is because we have not created the terms and conditions for all of them. Okay, so you have to create a page as terms and conditions. Okay, terms and conditions, and then you assign it to these places over here. But I'm going to use the sample page for the tutorial purposes. And then also social login. Now if you want to use social login, then you have to install this plugin over here, which is WordPress social login plugin. But I don't want any social login, so I'm going to click on no, and then enable register tab on login and register pop-up. Okay, so what it does if you want a pop-up to come whenever the tab which says register, then it means that there is going to be a pop-up over there. So we want it to be yes. Okay, and then the default user avatar. So the avatar that you want to be the default one when somebody register on the website, you can set it over here. Okay, so if you don't want this one, you can choose your own image and then use it. Okay, and then if you want to hide any user information, so maybe you want to hide any user information, you can decide to check it and then hide them. Okay, so after that, click on save changes over here. Okay guys, so let's go to property. So the next one is property over here. Now with the property, you also have to make sure that you do all the settings for the property. Okay, so we're going to go through one by one. Automatically publish the submitted property. So if yes, it means that whenever they submit a property, it will automatically be published. Okay, but maybe you don't want it that way. You want it to you want to approve the property, so you can say no. Okay, but I will say yes, and then automatically publish the edited property. So if somebody edits a property, you still want them to automatically publish, you click on no. If you want to approve all properties, you just put in no over here. But for me, I don't have time to approve. I assume that anybody who comes on the website is is ready to sell or buy something. So I don't have time to approve. But then if you're a big a real estate company that you monitor everything, then if you want people to join you, definitely you need them to you need an approval. So you need somebody to sit down who would approve everybody who comes to the to register on your website. Okay, and that is it. Now automatically approve reactivating property request. So that one too, you can you can put it yes or or no. Okay, and then submission form layout manager. So this is how the submission form will be. So we have the title and description, we have the property location, property type, property price, property features, property details, property media, plan, floor plans, and then contact. So it will follow these steps. Okay, now you can rearrange them the way you want it. So maybe you want sorry, maybe you want property location to come after after property type. You can just shift shift it over there. Okay, but I still want them to be the same way. And then we also have show drop downs for property location. Okay, so if you want to show drop down for property location, you click on yes. So make sure you fill in all these tests. Okay, and then hide submit form field. Okay, so if you want to hide some of the form over here, if they are submitting any form, you want to hide some of the things over here, you can hide it over here. And then also required fields to you can take the ones you want them to be required. Okay, and after that, this is for the property submission. Okay, and after that, you click on save changes or save options. Okay, So we are done with the property. Now guys, it is so many, okay, it is so many, but then I will assume that we can go through, or I will assume that you can really go through yourself, okay. So I'm just going to rush through some of them. Maybe I will not go, some of them I'll go through, but then I think maybe I should go through all of them so that you guys will understand what all of them really stand for. And then we have additional fields. So let's go to additional fields also. So this is additional field. So you can give a label for it, and then the ID, and then the field type. Okay. So this one is self-explanatory. If there is an additional field you want, somebody to fill, or to add, you can add it over there. And then the search. So this is the search field. Okay. So how you want the search field to show. Okay. So you can take some of them. So maybe you want keyword, okay. You don't want status, you don't want maybe title, you don't want address, but you want country, you don't want city, neighborhood, okay. Or maybe you don't want province, but you want to a city, okay. And then bedrooms, bathrooms, and then price, and then all these ones I can remove it, okay. I can remove all of them. Okay, so maybe I want it as simple as this. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, so 7. So let's say I want yeah, so I think this one is okay. So I can just go through all of them. So keyword field, okay. So keyword field, what do you want? So just property title and content, okay, or set state, and then city or area. So I want the keyword field to be just property type and content, okay. And then property price drop down. Do you want to be a drop down? If no, if yes, you can also enable price number in short scale on search field. So no or yes. And then the minimum price list, so you can add your list over here, okay. And then the maximum price list, you can also add your list over here. I'm not going to go through all that. And then property status, okay. So property status, how do you want it to be done? Okay, so the status of the property. And then the minimum price, allow only comma separated. So you can put your minimum price over here, and then the maximum price to over here. So this is the price field, okay. And then the property price slider value, okay. So the slider value you can put it over here, okay, over here. And then we also have the size drop down value, you can write it over here. And then the slider value you can write it over here. And then the property land area, you can also write it over here, okay. And then the minimum and the maximum, all of them, the slider, all of them, you can write it over here. And then we also have other fields. So the room list, the bedroom list, the bathroom list, and then the garage list. You can all write them, all of them. Make sure you separate them with commas, just like the way they've written over there, okay. And then advanced search page options. So you want to enable search form, you want to enable the property field layout. So how do you want it to be, a slider or a drop down? So it depends on what you want, okay. And then the side also, slider or drop down, property land area, slider or drop down. Enable saved search. Do you want to be a slider or drop down? Now when we say slider or drop down, for those of you who don't understand, let's go to properties over here, and then I'll show you what it means by slider or drop down. Okay guys, as you can see over here, okay, so this is a drop down, okay. This is a drop down, but this is a slider, okay. So as you can see, this is a slider, okay. And that is what they mean by slider or drop down. So this one is a drop down, this one is a slider, okay. And that is what they mean by a slider or a drop down. So if you want it a slider or drop down, you enable which way you want it. And then enable saved search, okay. So this is saved search, okay. So if you want to enable save search, so let's take a look at what the save search. So as you can see over here, this is save search. Okay, so when you search something over here and then you want to save the search results, you can click over here to save what the search. Okay, so if you want to enable it, you can enable it. And then let's go to the next one, which is what layout search results. So the layout style, how do you want it? Do you want it to be grid or list? Okay, so anyhow you want it, you can what, you can choose between it. And then after you've done all the things that you want to do, so let's say we want it to be what, list over here, and then we can what, save it. Now the next option is what, payment and submission type. So the payment and submission type also, we have to do the settings over there so that it will what, it will match everything that we want. Okay, so as you can see, we have paid submission type. Okay, no, now as you can see, we have what, pay per listing, we have pay per package. Okay, so we can choose pay per what, per package, and then we can select our details over here. Okay, now since we haven't created any package yet, now first I want to what, make sure it is only free what, free submission. And then the terms and conditions, I'm still going to choose what, sample page for it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on save options to save it. Now later on we can come over here when it is what, we have created packages for what, for it. Now let's go to the payment complete option also. Okay, so guys, this is the payment complete options over here. So after you complete payment, what do you want to see over here? Okay, so you can what, you can type in, so thank you for your purchase. So the thank you content, you can type in anything that you want to what, you want to type in over here. And then a thank you note after payment via wire transfer. So if your payment is what, via wire transfer, you can what, give a thank you what, payment over here. So make your payment directly into our bank account. Please use the order ID as what, as payment reference. So you can type in any thing that you want to type in over here, and then after that just click on what, save options over here. Now let's go to invoices. Okay, invoices. So the invoices that you want to what, that you want to issue out, you can what, make the company name, the company address, and then what, the phone number also. So let's say the company name is what, Kitech Real Estate. Okay, and then the company address, I want to say Accra, Ghana. Okay, and then the phone number to, I can just type in the phone number that I want. Okay, and then I can just click on what, save changes over here. So make sure that everything is what, successfully saved, and then go to what, compare. Okay, so your compare page. Okay, or the compare, what do you want to what do you want to hide? Okay, so the things that you want to hide over here, you can just take it and then hide them. I'm not going to hide anything. And then let's go to what, favorite. Okay, so my favorite. Okay, that favorite page. Okay, so enable favorite properties. Yes. Okay, now let's go to social share. So social share, so show social share in single property. So we want to show Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and then maybe WhatsApp. Okay, I want to show this ones in what, properties over there. Now I'll save them. Okay, now when I go to print, so print also, you want to enable print, you want to enable print invoice, and then print logo. Okay, the logo that you want to use, you can just choose the image, select the image that you want to use, and then let me go to desktop over here and then look for real estate. Okay, this one. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose this logo over here. Okay, and then this logo is a transparent white logo. I'm sure it's not going to fit what I want, but I'm just using it as an example. Okay, so you just use the logo that you want, and then you can click on save changes over here. Now let's go to nearby places. So with the nearby places, if you want to enable nearby places, you have to set all the how do you call it, the settings for it, and then you click on what, save. So type of place, nearby places, type of place, we have so many what places over here. Okay, so label place school, and then you what, you can add all the nearby places over here. Okay, so if there is a nearby place, you can just add the field, a type of what place, maybe it's having what, a hospital. Okay, and then the label is what, hospital. Okay, and then you click on what, you just use an icon for it. You can choose an icon for it, and then you what, a hospital icon for it that you have, and then you what, you choose for it, and then you what, you save it. And then you can add another nearby place too. So let's say maybe you know let me see. So let's say maybe a subway station, or let's say a train station. Okay, there is a train station over there. So you choose a train station, and then you label it to a train station. Okay, so you can add so many nearby places that you want, and then you can click on what, save changes over here, or save options over here. And then let's go to work score. So work score is also needed in what, real estate. So if you enable work score, what do you see? So you make sure that you enter your what, your work score API. So you go to your work score over there, set an API for it, and then you what, you put it over here. Okay, so we're not going to what, enable it. Now let's go to map direction. Okay, so let me save this one first, and then go to what, the map directions. Okay, so the map directions, the distance unit, what do you want? Is it meter, kilometer, or what, or a mile? Okay, you can what, you can set all those things. And then let's go to comment and reviews. So if you want to what, enable comment and reviews, or if you want to enable comments, you can. If you want to hide them, you can. So let's say we want to what, reviews and ratings. Okay, so ratings and reviews approved by what, admin, you can what, choose to approve it. And then enable comment and reviews for what, agent. Okay, so if you want to what, enable comment and reviews for agent, you can also what, enable it over there. Okay, or you can hide it. So let's say I want to what, save this one also. Now you go to what, Google map over here. Now you see, because you want to know the location of the what, of the the property, you need to set your Google Map API key over here. Okay, so make sure that you set up your Google Map over here. Okay, so set it up over here. Bring your API key over here. Now if you don't have it, go to Google and search for Google Map what, API key. Okay, you get it over there. Now you can also what, click this one over here, and then it will send it to it, developers.google.com/map over there, and then you can what, you can get it over there. Okay, so make sure that you set it up over there. I'm not going to set it up because it's going to what, waste a lot of time over there. Okay, so I'm going to what, leave it as it is, and then I'll click on what, save changes over here. Now I'll go to what, the Google Capture. The same thing applies to this one also. Google Capture also, you can what, you can set your API site key, and then what, secret key over here. Okay, now you can what, go to this place, Google Capture, and then what, sign up for it, so that there will be what, a capture symbol for you to people, so that robots will not be running on your website that much. Okay, it will definitely authenticate whoever is what is coming into your website, which is also needed. Okay, so if you don't have it, go and then make sure that you have it, and then you enter your site key and then your secret key over here. Okay, so click over here, it will take you to that place, and then you enter your secret key, you generate your secret key and then your site key, and then what, you come and paste it over here. I'm not going to do that thing. Now the property page also, I just wanted to show you how this system works, and all the other things you can be able to do it yourself. Okay, that is why some of these things I'm not really going into it, because I know that this thing is what, it is self-explanatory. You can generate it and then come and then what, put it over there. Now this is what the property property page. Okay, so enable search form, you can decide to what, enable search form. Okay, either you enable it or you what, you disable it. Okay, it depends on what, however. So let's say you want to what, enable the search form. Okay, so if you want to enable search form at the property page, you can enable the ones that you want to what, you want to enable. Okay, so I want to enable the keyword over here, the type. Okay, I also want to enable, and then yeah, maybe everything is okay. No rooms, I want to enable bedrooms and bathrooms. Okay, so that people can be able to choose whatever they want to what, they want to choose, and then maybe the price. Okay, and that is it. And then if you want a drop down, a slider, and all those things, you can do all those things over here. Okay, so whatever you want it, you can what, change it. And then the layout, how you want it, maybe you want it to what, list. Okay, so you want it over there. And then the single property, so hide contact information if user is not what, login. Okay, so if user is not logging, you can hide what, contact what, information. And then hide the empty features on what, on the single property page. Okay, and show create date, show views count, all these things you can do it. And then you click on what, save change options over there. Now agent page also, so the agent page, how do you want the agent page to also behave? You can what, you can do it. So if you want it to be in a what, in a list or a grid, you can what, you can set it over there. Okay, so enter agency by names to narrow output. So if you want to add any agency, you can just enter them over here to narrow the output. Okay, but if not, you just leave it as it is. And then this image size and all those things, if you want to what, if you want the columns how you want it on mobile and then on tablet, you can also choose it over here. Okay, and then the single agent page, this is how it's going to what, also behave. Okay, so you show everything that you make sure that you do all the settings that you have to do for it to what, for it to work properly what, for you. So after that, just click on what, save options over here. And then let's go to the agency. Okay, there is a difference between agent and then what, agency. Okay, so maybe somebody is there is a company on your website, and this is how their settings also what, behave. Now this one is, there is nothing to do about it, so we just move on to what, the email management. Okay, so how to manage our what, our emails. Okay, so over here we also do all the settings that we have to do for what, for all the what, the emails that will go out and come in. Okay, so new registered user. Okay, what email do you want it to what, to go? So make sure that you set all these things for it. Okay, so over here I'm not going to it, I'm not going to go through it, but I just showed you so that you know that you can do changes over here if you are not what, conversant with what, some of the things that the emails that go over there. So you come to what, email management, and then you can what, you can change the things that you customize it to what, to make it your own what, emails. Okay, and that is what you will do over here. And after that, just click on what, save options over here. So now we've gone through all the settings that we have to go through. Okay, and that is what, that is it. So we've gone through all the settings of what, all the settings of the real estate options over here. So I think we are good to go. Now the next one that we want to do is what, to hover on what, properties over here, and then start building our what, our properties one by one. Okay, so we start with the country, and then we go to what, the city. No, we go to the province, we go to the city, the neighborhood, and then we come to property type, property status, property feature, and then property what, label. Okay, and then we can add what, add new property. Okay, so basically that is how we're going to go with it, and that is the next one that we are going to do. So let's go to country over here. Let's click on it and go to country. So we're going to choose our country over here. Okay, so let's go through and select Ghana. Okay, so where is Ghana? So Ghana is over here. Okay, so the countries that we want to operate in. So let's say Ghana. I want to go to Nigeria. Okay, so I want to go to Nigeria too over here. So Nigeria, and then I want to go to USA. Okay, so United States. Okay, so you can choose any country that you want, and then maybe India. Okay, so let's say India. Okay, so I'm good with these countries. Now all what I need to do is to click on what? Save changes. Okay, very good. So now that I have my country set up, now I will go to what? Province or what? Or state. Okay, so click on province or state. And then for Ghana, I'm gonna say maybe Greater Accra, and then I'll set what country as what as Ghana. Okay, and then let me check the Nigerian state. Let's say Lagos is in what state? So Lagos is in what state? Okay, so Lagos is what? Lagos state, right? Okay, so I'll say Lagos state, and then I'll choose what? Nigeria for it. So you can what? You can go ahead and do all those things. So let me say let me say New York. New York is in what state? Okay, so we go to what? New York City or New York State, sorry. New York State. New York State, and then we choose what? USA, and then we add new state, and then also the last one that we're going to add is what? Maharashtra. Okay, Maharashtra, also India, right? So we're going to search for what? India. Okay, very good. So we have this state set up. Now let's go to the city. Okay, the city. So I'm going to say Accra, and then I'll choose what? Ghana, and then the state is what? Greater Accra. Okay, and then I'll go to New York, New York City. Okay, and then I'll choose what? United States, and then I'll choose New York State. And then also I'll go to Lagos, and then also I'm gonna go to Nigeria. Oh, Nigeria, sorry. And then I'll go to Lagos State. And then the last one is what? Mumbai. And then we'll go to what? India over here. And then Maharashtra. So basically we've set up what? The state. Yeah, so we have the all the cities and the state setup. That is why I told you to set up country first, go to state, and then come to what? City. Now you can go ahead and set up what? Neighborhood. Okay, so for the neighborhood, you click over here, and then the same thing. Each city have what? Neighborhoods, right? Yes, so you can set up what? Neighborhoods for it. So let's say the first neighborhood I'm going to set for is, let me say East Legon. East Legon is in Ghana, and then the state is Greater Accra, and then the city is what? Accra. Okay, so I'm going to choose Accra for it, and then I'll click on what? Add neighbor, and then we go to what? Let's say Mumbai. Okay, now I'll give the neighborhood as Mumbai because I don't know the neighborhood, but then at least if you are there, you know what I'm talking about. Mumbai. And then I'll choose what? India. Okay, when I choose India, and then I'll choose Maharashtra, and then the city is what? Mumbai. Okay, so Mumbai is what? The state, and then it's also what? The city. The same thing applies to what? Lagos. Okay, so I'll go to Nigeria, and then Lagos State, and then Lagos. Okay, and then the last one is what? New York. Okay, so I'll use the neighborhood as New York, and then the country United States, the state New York State, the city also New York. Okay, so if the neighborhood is not New York, you can give it any name that you want to give it, because that is your neighborhood, so you know which neighborhood that. But I'm familiar in Ghana, and it is what? East Legon, as you can see over here. If you are in India, you can choose the neighborhood in Mumbai, and then what, you set it up. If you are in Lagos, you can choose the neighborhood in what, Lagos, and then you set it up. If you are in New York, you can also choose the neighborhood in what, New York, and then you set it up. It depends on you. So we've set up what, our country, our state, our city, our neighborhood. Okay, we've set it up. Now we're going to set up the property type, the property status, the property feature, and then the label, property what, label. Okay, so let's go to what, property type. Okay, so for the property type, what type of property is it? Okay, so what type of property is it? So let's say it is what, it is, it could be a commercial property, it could be residential property, it could be all kinds of what, properties over there. Now let's go over here and then see the property what types that we have. So as you can see, we have what, apartment, we have chamber and hall, we have commercial, we have land, we have office, we have residential, we have self-contained, we have what, villas. Okay, so now we can what, set up our property type over here. So we have what, apartment, we have apartment. Okay, now you can set up an image for it, okay, or an icon for it, but I'm not going to do all this. And then you can write what, a description also for it. Okay, but I don't have time to do all those things. So all what I'll do is what, I'll click on what, new, add new property, and then let me see the type. We have the residential, office, land, commercial, villa. Okay, so I'm going to say office, I'll add new property. Land, I'll add new property. Villa, I'll add new property. Residential, I'll add new property. And then what again, we have commercial, I'll add new property. Okay, so for those of you who are in Ghana and other things, we also have what, self-contained properties. Okay, so we have contained, self-contained, and then we also have what, chamber and hall, right? Chamber and hall. Okay, and then we also have studio, apartment. We also have studio, apartment. Okay, so let me just do a quick edit over here and then change the apartment to this one. Let me edit it. Okay, so now that it is saved, let me go back over here. So now we have what, our property types what set up over here. Okay, so what are we going to do again? So we're going to have what, the status, and then we also have what, the featured, and then we have what, the label. Okay, so as you see over here, okay, so we have the bedrooms and all those things. Okay, so now let's go to what, the status. Now what status is it? Is it let's say for sale? Okay, it is what, for sale, right? So I'm going to say for sale. Now let me look at yeah, so as you can see, we have what, for sale, we have what, for rent. Okay, so this one is also what, for rent over here. Okay, yeah, so all those things. And then we have what, unfinished. Okay, you can set up your what, your unfinished, and then you can also set up what, finish and all those things. Okay, so now let's say for sale, and then we can give it to what, a background of what, let's say red. Okay, and then we add what, new property, we add it over there. And then we can also add have what, for rent. Okay, and then for rent, we're gonna give it to what, let's say blue. Okay, blue, and then we set it up over there. Okay, now let's say maybe lease. Okay, so maybe that it's a land. Okay, it is also for lease. Okay, so let's say what, lease. Okay, and then if it is lease, let's say we're gonna give it an orange what, color. Okay, or maybe let's say a green color like this. Okay, and then we set it up over here. Okay, so we're gonna set all these three, and then we go to what, property feature. Okay, so with the property feature, what are some of the features of what, of the properties? Okay, so what are some of the features? Now as you can see, there are a lot of what features over there. So what are some of the property features that you want to what you want to let your property have? Now if you go to this studio apartment, there are a lot of features. So all properties have so many features. So you choose the features that you want. Okay, so let's say when you go to the features over here, you see you have what kitchen cabinets, kitchen, washroom, all those things. Okay, these are all what features. Okay, so we're going to what we're going to set up our property. So let's say it is having what a kitchen. Okay, and then we set it up. We have let me see, we have bathroom, heater, air condition, toilet. Okay, so bathroom, we have heater, we have toilet, we have kitchen cabinet, we have ceiling fan, we have air conditioning, we have self, in Ghana we have something we call self prepaid meter. Okay, so everybody who rent a house wants a self prepaid meter. Okay, so you can list so many features that the property will have. Okay, and then we have what label. So with the label, what kind of label is that? Okay, so you can give it what a label as maybe rent. Okay, and then maybe you give it what a color, let's say red. Okay, it depends on you. And then you can also give it what lease is also what a label. Okay, that you can give it to it. And then let's say we give it this one, and then you can give it what sale as a label, and then you give it to what let me give it this blue color. Okay, so let's say these are what the labels that, but you can give it any label that you want to what that you want to give your property. Okay, so after having all this, the type, the status, the features, and all this setup, now we are almost done. Okay, so we can go ahead to start creating our our property. Okay, but before we create the property, now let's check out this one which says what agent. Now you see we don't have any agent over here, so this one is what the agent if you want to add new agent and then you want to add what agency, you can add it over here. And then this one is what packages. Okay, and this one is what user packages. So when a user is assigned to any package, it will come over here. And these are what invoices, and then transaction what logs. Okay, now let's go to what packages over here, and let's go to all packages. And as you can see, there are no packages over here. Okay, so we can decide to add a new what package. So let's add what a package. Now the first package we're going to add is what free. Okay, we're going to add free package. Now is it free? Yes, it is what it is free. And then the time, okay, is it unlimited time? No. Number of days, I want it to be what 30 days. So after 30 days it will expire. Okay, and then unlimited listing, no. Number of listing, I just want what 2. Okay, you can only list 2. And then number of featured one, no. Okay, and then is it featured? No. Is it visible? Yes. So I think it is set. I can what publish it. Okay, so that is what that is the first package. Okay, that is the first package. Now the next one, I can add another one and then call this one maybe the standard package. Okay, so this one is what standard. And then is it free? No. The price is, let's say 100. Okay, so I'm gonna say 100 cedis. And then is it unlimited? No. Number of time unit. Okay, I want to say let's say not 1 month, 6 months. Okay, so 6 months. I'm gonna give you 6 months. And then unlimited, is it unlimited listing? No. Number of listing, you have only 10. Okay, and then number of featured list 1. And then is it featured? No. Is it visible? Yes. Okay, and then I'll click on what publish. Okay, now I'm going to add another one also. So I'm going to add this one and call this one premium. Okay, premium. premium. Okay, so is it a free? No, a premium is what, let's say 200. Okay, and then is it unlimited time? No, but then the year is what, 1 year. Okay, and then unlimited listing, is it unlimited listing? No, and then the number of what listing is going to be what, 20. And then is it number of featured? I would say 2. And then is it featured? Yes. Okay, and then visible is what, yes. And then I'll publish it. So the featured means that it will stand out as what, as the one or the popular package which people would buy. Okay, and then I'll go to what, another one which I'll call it what, gold package. Okay, now the gold package, is it free? No. What is the price? The price is, let's say, 500. Okay, and then unlimited time. Okay, and then also unlimited what, listing. And then featured, we have what, 3. And then everything is okay, and then I'll publish it. Okay, so now I have what, 4 packages what set up. Okay, I have 4 packages what I have set it up. Now one as what, as a featured what package over here. Okay, so that is it. So these are what, these are the packages, as you can see over here. These are the packages that you can do. It will appear in all the packages what page. Okay, the packages page. So if you go to the packages page, it will appear over here. So let's check and see how it is appearing on on the page. So let's go to packages here, over here. And then if we view it in a new tab. So they said access denied. Okay, access denied, you can't access this feature. Okay, so let's say I open it to in a new incognito tab, and see what will happen. Let me just check the packages and see. Okay, so I cannot access this one also. I don't know why I can't access it, but maybe it's because I haven't logged in. But I have logged into this one. Oh yes, you cannot access it unless you are creating a new how do you call it, a new listing. Okay, so let me go to my profile over here, and then let's say I want to submit a new property. Okay, so I can go ahead and then give my property title and a whole lot of stuff. Okay, but I want to see see the package before I submit the property. So let me go to my settings over here again, and then I'll go to the essential add-ons options over here. I'll go to real estate options, and then I have to because we've set up this website to submit I think it's free. Okay, no packages were given. You remember when we were setting up the packages at the first side? Oh, what is wrong? Okay, so we are at the packages side. Okay, we are at the options side. Okay, now let's go and then check out packages. So where is the package? Let me see. All right, guys, so we have payment and submission type. Okay, so as you can see, we set up our page as free submit. Okay, so because we set that our page as free submit, if you try to go to the packages page, it will tell you that you can't access this feature. Okay, so now let's change it to pay per package. Okay, so we change it to pay per package over here, and then we can change our currency code to be the Ghana cedi that we were using. Okay, let me go and then bring the Ghana cedi again. Okay, so I will change the currency over here to Ghana cedi over here. Okay, and then if you want to enable PayPal, you can enable PayPal. If you want to enable Stripe, you can enable Stripe. Okay, so you can enable PayPal. You can also enable Stripe over here. Okay, now if you have your Stripe secret key, you add it over here. If you have your Stripe publishable key, you can enter it over here. If you have your client ID and then your client secret key of your PayPal, you can add it over here. Okay, and if you want to go live too, you click on what, live over here. Okay, so that is what, that is it. And then if you want to what, accept wire transfer, you can enable what, wire transfer, and then you enter all the details that you want to enter over here. So let's say I want to disable this ones over here. I want to disable this ones over here, and then use what, this one, which is what, wire what, transfer. Okay, so let's say I will say please use this account details for payment, and then I will enter my payment details over here. So let's say account name. Okay, let's say Kobe, and then account number. Account number, I can enter any number that I want to enter over there. Okay, and then what again, so anything that you want to enter, you can what, the bank name and all those, the Swift code and all those things, you can what, enter it over there. And then if you are done, you just click on what, save changes over here. So now that we've done with this one, now let's go and refresh the website and see if it will work the way we wanted it. So let me just purge the cache and see that whatever we are looking for, we're going to have it. So as you can see, it says what, you are not yet subscribed to a listing. Before you can list a property, you must select a listing package. Okay, click the link below to select a listing package. So as you can see, we can what, get listing package, and then these are the packages that we created on the website. Okay, so we have what, we have, this is the one that we set it as what, as the how do you call it, the how do you even call it, the featured. Okay, so that is why it has been raised. Okay, so it is what, set as what, featured. So we have the what, the expiring, this one is free, the expiring date is what, 30 days. This one, the expiring date is what, 6 months. As you can see, this one, the expiring date is what, 1 year, and this one, it never expires, it is unlimited, and they have what, free thing. Okay, so these are what, these are the packages that we created on the what, on the website. So we have created our packages. We've created everything that we have to create. Okay, so our packages are created. We have created we have done all the property type and other things. So what is left for us to do is to just add what, new property. So let's go and add a new property. So to create a property or to add a new property, just hover on properties over here, and right, you see what, add new. Okay, just click on the add new, and then give your property a name. So we're going to add this property over here. Okay, so this property says what, modern studio apartment for sale at what, at airport residential area. So I'll assume that airport residential area is located in what, East Legon, okay, in Ghana. So I'll say what, I'll put the title over here. Okay, and then the description of the what, of the apartment, I'm just going to copy this one over here, and then give a description over here. Okay, so that is what, the description of the apartment. Now these are all custom fields, is not needed. Now scroll down over here. Okay, just scroll down. If you want to allow comments, you can. If you don't want to allow, you can just untick this one. Okay, now scroll, and then you see this one, which is the property information over here. Okay, now the basic information. So this one is what, the price. So how do you want to set the price? So let's say the price is what, 900,000 Ghana cedis. Okay, so I just click just 900,000. Now if you want to use the price in it as what, as thousand, million, and then billion, you can decide to this one, remember, it will change to K. This one will be what, a million, so it will be what, M. This one will be what, billion, so it will be what, B. Okay, so if it is thousand, then it means that you don't need to add this 3 zeros over here. Okay, you just ignore the 3 zeros over here, and then you choose this one as what, 900K, which will be 900,000. Okay, so for me, I just want the 3 zeros. Okay, I just love having all those things, unless maybe it is too much, then I reduce it. Okay, and that is it. Now the price before, if it is a starting price, and then the price after basically is for renting. Okay, so maybe per month, per year, per day, whatever you want to, what you want to rent it to, or whatever you want to set your property to, you want it. So let's say the price is what starting from. Okay, so let's say it will start from this price. Okay, so let's say it start from this price, and then is it price on call? If it is price on call, you can ignore the price, but it's not price on call. The price is there, so if the person likes it, the person would contact us. And then the size, you can put the size over there. Let's say the size is 200 square feet, and the land size is, let's say, 250 square feet, and the rooms are, let's say, 6. I'm just going to give you the examples they give over here. And the bedrooms, this one says what? Is it a studio apartment? Oh, okay. So a studio apartment, it means that the room is what? Just one room. The bedroom is also one. The bathroom is one. It also have no garage. The year built is, let's say, 2020, and then the property ID, just leave it as it is. And then I think everything is, if you want to add additional information, you can go ahead and add it, and then mark this property as featured. If you want to mark the property as featured, you can mark it as what? As featured. Okay, now you are done over here. Let's go to location. So you can set the location of the property. So because we did not enter our Google map address over here, now the map is not going to show for us. Okay, so the address over here, it needs the full address of the location for it to appear on the map. So we're going to leave the address for now. Okay, and then the floor plans, if you have any floor plans, and then you want to add to it, you can just add all the floor name, everything, and then you attach the image to it. Okay, I'm not going to add it. And then the gallery images. Okay, so I want to add my images to it. Now, of course, as you can see over here, I don't have any image over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload all my images that I want it to be on the website on it. So I'll click on upload file over here, and then these are all my images over here. I'm going to select all of them, excluding this one, and then click on it to select all of them. Now let's wait for it to load, and then we continue. Okay, guys, so now that we have our images uploaded on the website, now what do we have to do? We have to set up the image that we want to set up. So I'm just going to just leave untick some of them. So I want to use this one as the studio apartment. Okay, so I want this one, and this one, and then maybe this one, and then the rest I'll untick them. Okay, very good. So now that I have all of them set up, I'm just going to use these images. Okay, so these are the images that I want to use. Okay, so that is it. Now go to file attachment over here. If you want to add any file over here, you can decide to add it. And then property video, let's say you have any video that you want to add to it. You have a YouTube video, a Vimeo video, you can add it over here. And then a virtual tour, if you want to embed a code or upload any file over here to, you can do that. Okay, maybe you want to give a virtual tour to your to the users. Okay, whoever wants to the clients, whoever wants to have a view of this property, you can either upload an image, a 360 image, or you can embed a code over here. And then also the user agent. So who is the user for this one? No agent is is attached to this one. So you can decide to create a user, okay, from the agent page over there. And then private note, if you want to add any private note to this, you can add it over here. Okay, so now we are basically done with the property information. Now if you look at the right hand side over here, okay, we have the property type over here, we have the property status, property featured, property label, the property, the province, the city, the neighborhood, all these things, the country is all and then a featured image. Okay, so let's start with the featured image over here. So let's click on it and then set a featured image for this property. So let's say we want to give this one over here as the featured image, or let's say I want to give this one as what, as the featured image. So um I'll set it over here, and then the country, you can choose the country that you want, but it is what, Ghana. Okay, and then the neighborhood. Okay, so since it is what, Ghana, let's go to what, the state, which is what, Greater Accra, and then the city is Accra, the neighborhood is what, East Legon. Okay, I'll choose East Legon for it, and then we go to what, the property label. So it is for what, is it for sale or rent? So we say what, for sale. Okay, and then the property featured. Okay, so what are the features that this property would have? Okay, so maybe a bathroom, a heater, kitchen cabinet, toilet. Okay, all these are what, the property featured. Okay, so let's say it also have an air condition. Okay, and then that is all. You can add any feature that you want, and then it is what, for sale. Okay, and then is what, an apartment. Okay, so if it is a residential, so we say what, residential. Okay, so depending on what you want, and then you do it over there. So now that everything is what, set up, now we can click on what, publish over here, to publish our what, our property. So before we even publish our property, let's add an agent first. Okay, so over here it says agent over here. Let's click on it to add new agent, and then we use ourselves as what, as the agent. Okay, so I'm going to just add myself as what, as the agent. So I'm going to give the agent name as what, let's say agent Kobe. Okay, and then you can give a description for agent Kobe. You can just give any description that you want to what, give agent Kobe. Okay, and then the basic information over here, you can what, let's say the best realtor in Ghana for all your home deals. So realtor. Okay, so that is what it, and then the position, the email, maybe the email, I can what, decide to what, give an email for it, and then also the number, I can give number, and then the position, I'll say maybe agent. Okay, and then company, Kitech Real Estate. Okay, so the office number, the office address, the website, and all those things, you can what, just put it over here. If the person have license, you can what, put it over there, and then you can add what, an image. Okay, you can add an image what, for it. So let's say I'm going to add an image for what, agent Kobe. Okay, so let me go to desktop and see if I have. Okay, so let's say this is what, agent Kobe. I'll add what, agent Kobe over here, and then we'll just set this as what, as a featured what, a featured image over here, and then the agency, you can add it, the agency, which is what, Kitech Real Estate. Okay, that is what, agent Kobe's what, agency, and then we'll publish it. Okay, so we have what, the agent for what, for agent setup. Now we can go back to our properties over here, and then try, and then let me save this one as draft, or let me just refresh this one. I don't know why it's not working. Okay, so guys, I'm going to what, just fill it quickly again. I don't know why it was filling, but I'm going to fill it quickly again. So I have this one over here, which is the property description. So I'm going to put it over here, and then I'll pick this one, which is what, the property title over here. Okay, and then put it over here. Okay, and then I'll go down and then fill it quickly, and then we go. Okay guys, so now that I've filled everything, and then I've also set up the agent, which is agent Kobe. Now let's publish it and see if it will publish. Okay, guys, so I noticed something. Okay, even though it is published, I noticed something. Now if you are entering the figures, okay, the price, and then you enter, let's say, a comma over there, okay, it's not going to pick. Okay, pick the example over here. Okay, and that is why it wasn't allowing me to save. And then also make sure that you fill wherever it is supposed to be filled. Like for example, the province, the city, the all those things, make sure that it is filled correctly before you can be able to publish. So now I have published it. Now let me just update it again so that you see that I published it. Okay, now we can take a look at our property. Just let's right click it and see how our property now looks like. Okay, very good. So this is how our property looks like. Okay, so it is similar to this one over here. Even though this one really looks nice, this one is also similar to this one over here. So this is how you can be able to create a property. Now I'm not going to go through and then create all of them. I know that you can do it. Okay, so that is why I've created one for you. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video and then create some of them. I'm just going to copy the properties over here, and then you see it. Okay, but we can even continue with this one. The idea is there, and then you know how all these ones will work. But I'm going to pause the video and then create some few properties, and then we'll come back. Okay, guys, so I have created some few properties over here. As you can see, I've created some few properties over here, and then we are going to go ahead to do something to set featured properties. Okay, so now to set featured properties is very simple. You can just at the back end of the admin, you see this one over here, this star over here, it is the featured. Okay, so anything you want to click, any one you want to set on featured. So let's say you want to set this one as featured. Okay, you can set it as featured. Maybe you want to set this one, let's say this one also as featured. You can also set it as featured. Okay, and then maybe you want to set this one also as featured. You can also set it as featured. So I've done 3 featured product. Okay, so as you can see, we've created product on the website. And if we go to the front end of the website and we go to the advanced search, we can see that our product that we created are all over here. Okay, so as you can see, these are all the products that we created over here. And then if we toggle over here, we can see it's in the grid form. Okay, so we want it in the in the list form. So you can see it over here, just as this one. Okay, very nicely done. You can check all the products, all the properties. Okay, you can click on it to view it, to add to your favorite, and then also to compare. Okay, so all of them you can do it just like that. So basically that is how you can create product. Okay, so we've done we've created our product. We are done with that. Now the next one that we're going to do is to create our home page, and that is the next one that we're going to do. So we're going to create our home page just to match exactly this one as you see over here. Okay, so we're going to do it now that we have created our our how do you call it, our properties. We can go ahead to create the home page. Now we're going to use Elementor to create this beautiful home page that you see over here. So don't go anywhere, don't do anything now. Wherever we are, I know you guys love the tutorial and I know you are enjoying it. So give me a comment, let me like the video, and then comment as I go ahead to start the homepage designing, okay, with you guys. So comment on it and let me know wherever you are falling short of. If you like the tutorial too, just give me a like and let me know. Okay, so now we're going to create our homepage. So to create the homepage, let's hover over here and then click on all pages over here. So the pages that we have on the website is the one that was created for us by what, by the essential real estate plugin. Okay, so what I want to do is to create a home page. Now to create a home page, it's very simple. Just click on what, add new over here under pages over here. Okay, so just click on add new to add a new page, and then we will call the new page what, home. Okay, so as simple as that. So we're going to call the new page as home. So we're going to give a name to the page as what, as home. Okay, now we want to use Elementor to what, to edit the to design the what, the page. Okay, now for those of you who don't know Elementor, it's just what, a drag and drop page builder, which can be used to what, to design any page that you want. Now I've done an extensive video on Elementor, how to use it and all that on the on this channel. So if you don't know it and you haven't seen it, I'll leave the link in the description so that you can view that particular video. Okay, so to we've created the page. Okay, we've given a name to the page. Now what we need to do is to just change the template to what, Elementor full width. Okay, now we're going to what, click on publish over here. Okay, so we published the page. Now what we have to do is what, to just click on this blue button over here which says what, edit with Elementor, to start editing our page with Elementor. All right, so we are in Elementor. So this is how Elementor looks like. For those of you who you are using Elementor for the first time, this place is the widgets panel. Okay, and this place is the place that you design. Okay, so as simple as that. Now everything we do is what, we just drag something from here to help us with design whatever we want to design. Okay, so to go ahead with our design, if you look over here, the first thing you see is, now for the the header and the footer, we are not going to touch it. We'll do it later on after designing the home page. Okay, so let's leave the header and the footer out. Now if you see over here, we have what, we have a very beautiful big how do you call it, hero section over here. Okay, which display photos of what, different rooms and apartments that we have. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to give we're going to click on this plus button over here, and then we select a structure. Okay, so what we're going to select is what, a one column what, structure over here. Okay, so this structure is what we're going to select. Now after we selecting the structure, you see that this edit session opens. Now if it doesn't open, click on this 6 dots over here. Okay, this place will open for you, and then we're going to change this one to a full width. Okay, and then we're going to change the height to minimum height, and then we're going to make it to 600. Okay, so 600 is okay, and then everything is fine over here. Now let's go to the style over here. Now with the style, we're going to add what, a slideshow. Okay, we're going to add a slideshow. So to add a slideshow, we're going to click on this. Now you see the background type over here, we have classic, gradient, video, and then slideshow. We're going to add a slideshow. Okay, so click on slideshow over here, and then select this one, and then choose any image that you want it to use as the slideshow. Okay, so I'm going to choose the images that I want to use as a slideshow. So I think this one is okay for me. Everything is fine for me. Then I'll click on create new gallery. Okay, and then I'll click on insert gallery. So now that I have created my slideshow, as you can see, I have this beautifully done over here. So what I'm going to do is I will scroll up a little bit, and then over here, let me see the background type over here. I'm going to say cover. Okay, and then the position, I'll say center, so that it's going to be in the center for me. Okay, and then the background type over here, what I'm going to do is, because I want to write on top over here, I'll give it to a classic background, and then I'll choose a color for it. And then I'm going to choose a dark color for it. Okay, and which is okay. I'll click outside, and then increase the opacity a little bit to 7. Okay, and I think this one is quite okay. Now if I feel this one is small for me, the space is small, I can go ahead sorry, I can go ahead and then increase the space to what, 700, okay, which is quite what, okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this 9 dots over here and then open the widget panel for me. Then I'll drag in, a text heading or heading text over here, okay. And then I'll just copy this one over here, which I'm going to use, come over here and then paste it over here, and then I'll click on what, center to align it in the center. Then I'll come to style over here. I'll click on style, change the text to what, to pure white, okay. I'll change it to white, and then click on it to open. Hey, open for me, yeah. And then I'll click on this pencil icon to open the typography, and then I'll choose the font family as what, Montserrat. Okay, so I'll select Montserrat. I'll choose this one, okay, and then I'll increase the font to, let's say, 50 or maybe 60, okay. So find a new place what to leave, okay. So I think it's okay. If you feel the weight is too small for you, you can increase the weight, okay. And then the next one, let's see the next one. The next one is what, this text over here, okay, and then what, a search button over here. So what we're gonna do is we'll click on this 9 dots over here, and then bring this text widget over here, drag it over here, and then the next one we're gonna do is we're just going to what, copy this text over here, copy it, and then come over here and then paste it here, okay, or type in your own text, because I am just copying and pasting because I don't want to type in anything. Now I'll go to style over here and then position it or align it in the center, and then make it what, pure white, okay. Now I'll check the typography and then change the font family to what, Montserrat, okay. And then I'll increase the font size a little bit to, let's say, 15 or 18. Yeah, 18 is okay. Now I think everything is falling in place, okay, but I think this one is a little bit big, so let me just reduce it to what, 55, okay. So 55 is quite okay. Now the next one is what, to add the button over here. So to add a button, I'm going to click on this 9 dots again and then drag in what, a button widget over here, okay. So the button widget over here, and then I'll position it to what, in the center. I'll align it in the center over here, and then over here I'll say search properties, okay, search properties. And then I'll link this one to what, the advanced search. So I'll link it to what, advanced search, so that when somebody click on it, it will go to the advanced search side, okay. And then I'll go to style over here to style the button. Now I want this to be somehow orange, okay. So I want it to be what, a little bit reddish orange, okay. So maybe this one is what, quite okay. Let me just increase the reddish a little bit. Okay, yeah, so this one is okay. Now I like this color, so I want to save the color. So I'll click on create new global color, and then I'll say what, orange, and then create it, okay. So that anytime I want to use it, because I'm going to use it frequently, so that anytime I want to use it, I'm not supposed to what, create it again, okay. Now if you want a border, you can what, choose it. Now border radius, I want it to be what, 0, okay. And then I think all is well, all is good, but I feel like the button is what, too small for me. So what I'm going to do is it's either I go this way, go this side, and then choose the size to be what, maybe medium, to make it a little bit big, or even large, okay, over here. So I think this one is what, is quite okay. Then I'll come to what, style again, and then change the typography from Roberto to what, Montserrat. So I'm going to choose Montserrat, okay. and then make it what, make it maybe 20. Yeah, so I think this one is okay. Or 20, let's say 18. Okay, so 18 is quite okay. So now that I have this one done, I think I'm good to go. What I needed to do is what, to just go to hover animation and then make it what, bob. Okay, so I'll choose bob so that when somebody click on it, it will be what, giving that kind of what, animation. Okay, so just like this. So I think I'm good to go over here. Now the last one I'm going to do is I'm just going to click over here, okay, and then go to advanced over here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just give, a padding at the top and bottom. Okay, so at the top I'm going to give a padding of 90. At the bottom I'm going to give a padding of what, 90. Okay, so that I'm going to have a very big, hero session over here, just like this one. Okay, so now I think I'm good with my hero session. Okay, and then the next one I will do is what, the next session over here, which is what, which is this beautiful thing over here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is this one too, I'm going to create 3-column what, session. Okay, so just click on the plus icon over here and then select 3-column session over here. Okay, now this one opens for you. All right, okay, so what you have to do is go to advanced and then give it what, 90 up, 90 down. Okay, so that it wouldn't touch this one. Now click on this one over here and then drag in an image widget over here. Okay, just drag in an image widget over here, and then you can what, style the image, but let's bring an image in it. So let's see the image which is over here is this one, the apartment. Okay, so we're gonna choose this image over here and then let it be in this one. Okay, so now that we have this image over here, what we're going to do is we're going to go to what, style of the image. Now of course you can make the image any style you want, and then you can also give what, a border radius for the what, for the image. Okay, so let's say we want to give a border radius of, let's say 90. Okay, the image is going to be like this one as you see over here. So if you want to give it, let's say 100, the image is going to be like this. Okay, so that is what exactly what we want. Okay, so we want it like this, but let's go back again and then click on this 9 dots over here, and then what we're going to do is let's look at this one. Now you can either bring a button or you can bring what, a text, okay, widget. So let's say we want to bring what, a button underneath. Okay, so let's say we want to bring a button underneath and then position the button over here. Okay, now we want to what, we want to link this button towards something. Okay, but let's style the button first. So let's say we want to go to style over here, and then with this color we want to fade it out. Okay, and then the text color over here we want to give it what, black. So as you can see, it is what, it is black. Okay, and then with the pattern we want to say it what, 0. Okay, and then with the typography over here we want to change it from Roberto to what, Montserrat. Okay, so Montserrat is okay, so we select the Montserrat, and then we give it what, maybe 18. Okay, and then we change this one to what, 16 over here. So this one is what, also quite okay. Now that we have it done, now what again do we have to do? What we have to do is go back to content over here, and then what is written over here, for rent. Okay, so what we're going to write is what, for rent. Okay, so now that we have for rent over there, now what we're going to do is to link this one also. Okay, so we're going to link it. Okay, so to link it, just go back to your what, your admin panel over here. Okay, and then go to what, go to where we set up what, the properties as what, for rent. Okay, so let's say the property status. Okay, the property status, Yeah, so as you can see over here, this is what for rent. Okay, so right click over here and then copy the link address over here and then come to your home and then set up the what the link over here. Okay, now that you have this one for rent, now I feel like this one is too small. I want to make it a little big, so let me go to what style over here. So let me go to style over here and then go to what typography over here and then increase the size to what to let's say 20. Okay, so 20 is what quite okay. So now I have this one what done successfully. Now what I want to do is I want to duplicate this. So if you see this one over here, okay, I can just duplicate the column. So I just want to duplicate the column. Right click on it and duplicate the column twice. Okay, so that will be what it will be three columns. Now I have 1 2 3 over here. Now I can what I can delete this one. Right click on it and delete it. Right click on this one also and delete it. Okay, now you have these three. Now we can click over here and then change the what the image over here. So this one is, let me see this one. This one is this one for sale, and then we have what we have the land. Okay, so we have this one over here which is what for sale. Okay, which is for sale. Okay, this one is what is for sale. So we can what we can change this one, come over here and write what for sale for it, and then the same way go back to the property status, look at the for sale over here, right click on it. Okay, copy the link address, come over here and then just paste in what over here. Now this is for sale. Okay, now the next one is what is this one over here. So let's just click on it, go over here. Okay, and then we have to what insert what land. Okay, so let me just go and then upload a land, what any image that I can see as what as land. So I don't think I have land over here, but let me go to download and see if I can see any land. Okay, because I remember I downloaded a land image. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and then search for land. Okay, so just land. So I just want to copy some Google image just for this tutorial. Okay, so just go to images over here. Okay, now just click on it and then copy the image. Okay, so I'm going to click on one image and then copy it or save it as as image. So I want to save it on the desktop and then click on it to save it. So now we've downloaded our land. Okay, so now let me close this one and come over here and then just select the land that we downloaded. Let me go to desktop and then you see the land over here. I'm going to upload it over here. Okay, very good. So now this is our land. I'm going to just put it over here. So now we have these three things over here. Okay, so this three over here. So we have the rent, the lease, and then the land. So I'm going to change this one to to land. Okay, and then let me go to over here and then the property type. I'll search for land over here. Okay, as you can see, and then just right click on it, copy the link address, and then come over here and then just paste it over here. Okay, and then I'll just update it. So now I have my three things over here, but as you can see, this is a little bit bigger than all these two. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to it over here, and then I'll go to the content, I'll click on this one and then try to reduce the this a little bit. Okay, so let me look at this one. This one is 12 19 20 12 80. So I'll go over here and then click on edit image. Okay, and then with the selection, I'll say 1980. Is it 1920? Yeah, 1920 1280. Okay, so 1920 1280, and then let me see if it works, and then I'll click on crop. over here. Let me say undo and see. Okay, so it worked. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to redo. I'm going to click on redo. Okay, so it reduced. Okay, so it reduced a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on what, save over here. Okay, so as you can see, 1920 by 1281. Okay, almost done. Okay, so I'm going to what, insert the image over here. Now don't worry, if I update it, it's supposed to what, it's supposed to refresh. Okay, so it will what, it will refresh it itself. Okay, don't worry, it worked. Okay, just that it's still having that kind of image over there. Okay, so now if you want to see how it looks like, we can go to the what, view the page. Okay, let's view the page and see how our page is what is looking on the front side. Okay, so now our page is what, as you can see, everything is what is now okay. Now our page is what, looking a little bit good, a little bit fine. Now let's go over here. Okay, and the next one that we're going to do is what, to to bring out this one over here. So we have one this background over here, and then these three things over here. Okay, so that is exactly what we're going to do. So let's go back again over here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on what, one column section over here. Okay, one column section over here, and then I'll make it what, full width. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the height minimum height, and then I'll go to what, the style over here, and then give it what, a classic background, and then insert an image in it. So I'm going to insert a very nice image. So I'm going to use this image over here, and then I'll click on what, insert, to insert this what, this image over here. Now as you can see, that you can see only the top of the image. So we want to position it center, and then the attachment, we want to make it what, fixed. Okay, and then the repeat, we say no repeat, and then the size is going to be what, cover. Okay, so as you can see, we have this nice image over here. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to give background overlay. Okay, so click on the background overlay and give it what, a classic overlay of a dark color. Okay, very dark color, and then you can increase the opacity from 5 to 7. Okay, making it what, a little bit darker. Okay, and that is what, that is good. Now we can bring some widget over here. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to bring an inner widget over here. Okay, so I'm going to bring an inner widget over here. Okay, I'm going to bring an inner widget over here. Now I can decide to what, even label this one as what, popular locations. Okay, so what I can do is what, I can just give it a popular what, locations over here. So what I'll do is what, I'll just bring a text widget just at the top of what, the inner widget. Okay, over here, and then say popular cities or locations, popular locations, and then I'll put it in the middle. Okay, position it, align it in the center, and then go to the text and then give it what, a white text. Okay, and then change the typography from Roboto to what, to Montserrat. Okay, very good. So, or you can even give it EB Garamond, depending on how you want it, but I want Montserrat to be throughout. Okay, and then give it, let's say 35. Okay, yeah, a little bit bigger, so let's say 38 is okay. So popular locations. Okay, so that is it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to what, copy this same thing over here. So I'm going to copy this one, and then come here, and then what, paste it over here. So as you can see, we have what, we have pasted it over here. I'm going to what, just delete this one. Okay, I'm going to delete this one, and then duplicate this one twice. Okay, just duplicate this one twice, and then also delete what, the last one over here. Okay, very good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the image style, and then go to what, the text of the style over here, and then the border radius, I'm going to what, make it 0. Okay, the same thing applies to this one. The border radius, I'm going to make it what, 0. The same thing to this one. I'm going to make border radius 0. Okay, make it 0. Okay, now we have what, we have everything set up. Now what we're going to do is we click on the image that we want to what, we want to change. Okay, so as you can see, this one is what, Accra, Accra, Ghana. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it to what, Accra, an image representing what, Accra. Okay, so let's say I want to use this image over here. So I'm going to use this image over here, which is what, an Accra, Ghana image. Then I'll click on the button over here, and then I'll say what, Accra, Ghana. Okay, and then you can link it to what, the location that you want. Okay, so just look for the location. So if you go to over here, go to the city. Okay, go to the city and then look for Accra, Ghana over here, copy the link address over here, and then come to your page over here, and then paste it over here. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing for all of them. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing for all of them. So I'm going to give this one white. So as you can see, it is what, perfectly done. The same thing for this one also. So we click over here, and this one says what, Lagos, Nigeria. Okay, so we go to this place, change the what, the image to Lagos, Nigeria. So this one is Lagos. So we change it, and then we come over here, and then we see what, Lagos, Nigeria. Okay, and then the same thing, we go to what, the city over here, we look for Lagos, and then we copy the link address, we come over here, we paste the link address over here, and then we go to style, and then we change the text color to what, to white. Okay, so we are good to go. The same thing applies to what, the last one, which is also what, which is also Mumbai, India. Okay, so we go over here, and then we go to what, change this one. Oh, okay, so I think Mumbai, India is having what, it's having the same, the same size. Okay, so we give it what, as we leave it as it is over there. Okay, so Mumbai what, India. Let's try and then see if we can what, edit the size a little bit. Okay, so the size should be what, should be this way. Okay, so we scale it to what, the selection will say 90, 1920, and then 1280. Okay, so 1920, 1280, we scale it, and then we save it, and then we insert it in it, and I think it have to fit. Now let's go to the rent over. Now the best way is what, to to make your sizes the same. Okay, on using Photoshop or any photo editing software. Okay, so here will be what, Mumbai, India. Okay, and then the same way you go to what, you go to Mumbai, India from the cities, and then you copy the link, and then you come here, and then you paste it over here. Okay, so now you can update it. You can update it, but after updating, let's look at something. You see that this place is what, it's quite messy. So let's click over here, and then go to advanced over here, and then let's give it a padding. Okay, so top and bottom padding of, let's say 50, and then 50. Okay, even 50 is still what, not good. So let me say 100. Okay, very good. And then the bottom also 100. Okay, so now we have what, we have this this done over here, and it's good to go. Okay, so if you update it right now and you come and then you refresh the website, you see that the website is what is taking shape. Okay, so as you can see, everything is taking shape over here. So the only thing we didn't do is to change the color. Okay, so let's click on Mumbai over here, and then let's go to style over here, and then click over here and then change the color to white. Okay, now let's click on this one also, and then go to I'll click on content, go over here, and then edit this one. I want to edit it to what 19, 20, 20, and then 1280. Okay, 19, 20, 1280, and then I'll crop it, and then I'll save it. Okay, now let's insert it, and then let's update it. Now let's go to the front end and then refresh it and see if so as you can see, everything looks okay. Everything looks okay. So now we are almost there. Okay, we are almost there. Now the next one that we're going to do is the next one is our latest properties over here. Okay, so we're going to insert our latest properties. Okay, so that one too is something we have to do. So guys, I feel like I should still give a space. Okay, so let me click on this one over here and then give it let's say 120, and then also 120. Okay, so that there'll be a little bit of space. Okay, and then with the opacity I want to go the background overlay. Okay, I want to reduce the opacity a little bit to, let's say, 6. Okay, yeah, so I think 6 is quite okay. Okay, and then everything is good to go. I can update it. Okay, so now the next one is properties. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this one over here. I'm going to copy this one over here, and then come over here and then paste this one over here. Now I'm going to select the one column section, and I'm going to paste this text over here. Now because it is white, you can't see, so I'm going to go to style over here and then change the color to black. Now you can see it. Now instead of popular city, we're going to say latest properties. Okay, so that is exactly what we're going to do. So click on this place and then click on advanced, and then go to unlink the margin over here and then make it 90 over here. Okay, now that you have it 90, now let's go to the text. So click on this edit over here, or you can just click over here and then change this one to latest. Okay, so let's say latest properties. So latest properties. Okay, so let me make it small letters so that it will match all. Okay, so latest properties. Okay, so that it will match whatever I'm doing. Okay, but of course you can decide to do your own capital letters. It depends on how you want it. Okay, so now that I have my latest properties over here, now how do I bring the latest properties over here? And this is also another trick I want to show you guys. Okay, so guys, let's go back to the back end of the admin. Now we're going to either create a page, okay, a sample page, or let's go to all the pages over here, because we're going to use that sample page to create how do you call it, we're going to use that sample to create short codes. Okay, so let's say we want this page over here, okay, which is the sample page over here, or let's create a new page and call that page short codes. Okay, now we're just going to use it to generate short code for us to use on on our website. Okay, so what we're going to do is just call the page short codes. Okay, so you see over here we cannot still even see the short code that we want, but the best thing for us to do is let me so guys, we can't see the shortcodes over here, okay, because the shortcode cannot be visible on this blog editor page, okay, but it is only visible on the what, on the the classic editor page. So what we're going to do is we will go to what, the properties over here, and then instead of this place, we're going to the properties over here, and then go to add new property, okay. Behave as if you're adding a new property, or just do as if you're adding a, you see that we have what, add ere real estate shortcodes over here, okay. Now we're just using this page to create shortcode, so don't add it as a property, just use it to what, to create what, a shortcode, okay. So just click on the add ere shortcode over here, just click on it, you see this one will pop up for you over here. Now what you have to do is choose the shortcode that we want, okay. So what shortcode do we want? We just want what, property shortcode, okay. So we just click on property over here, and then the items amount, if you want it to be in grade, the number of columns, everything, what you can set it over here, okay. Now check in everything that you want. If you think it's, if maybe you want to create a shortcode for just a particular city, you can what, you can use this place, just narrow it by what, by city, okay. So let's say you want to narrow it by what, Accra, Lagos, whatever it is, you select the city, and then the shortcode will just be for that particular city. But this time around, we don't want to narrow anything, okay. We want to what, just create a general shortcode for our properties, and that is what we want. So I think this is okay. All what we need to do is what, insert, click on insert what, shortcode, and you get this what, shortcode over here. Now just copy the whole shortcode over here, and then go to what, your home, the place that you are editing over there, and then click on this 9 dot over here, and then search for short code, okay. You're going to get this one over here, drag in this widget, and then place it under your properties, okay, the latest properties, and then what, paste the shortcode over there, okay. Now guys, you see, you're going to see this one over here, okay. So don't worry, do not panic, everything will work out perfectly on the front end, okay. So do not worry at all. Now just click on what, update over here to update your what, your shortcode, okay. So now let's go to the front end and see how it looks like on the what, on the front end. So as you can see, everything works out perfectly on the front end, as perfect as we want it, okay. So this is how you can be able to what, insert the shortcode as simply as that. Now it took me a long time before I got this kind of what, this kind of idea for me to insert the shortcode that I want, okay. So as you can see, our website is coming to shape, our front end is what, is almost done, okay. Now the last one that we're going to do is what, is to do this call to action what, side over here, okay. So what we're going to do is what, just scroll up, click on the plus icon, and then use this what, one column what, session over here. Now we want to make it what, full width over here, and then the height, we say what, minimum height over here. Now let's go to style over here, and then what we're going to do is we're going to add what, background type, which is what, an image. And then what I'm going to use this one over here, and then insert it over here, okay. Now the position, I'm going to say center, the the attachment, I'm going to say fixed, and then the repeat, I'm going to say no repeat, and then the cover, I'm going to and the size, I'm going to say what, cover, okay. So I'm going to have something like this, and then the background overlay, I'm going to choose a classic background, and then I'll give it a dark color over here, okay. So now that I have this one done, now I can what, I can increase the opacity a little bit to, let's say let me make it 7, okay. So this one is quite okay. Now I can what, add anything that I want to add over here, okay. So I want a heading over here, so I'll click this one, and then what is it written over here? It says what, looking for more, okay. So I'll copy it, and then come over here and then paste this heading over here, and then align it in the center, and then come to what, the style to style the text, okay. So looking for more, I'll make it white. And then the typography, I'm going to choose Montserrat because I'm using Montserrat throughout. And then I'll say what, I'll search for Montserrat. And then this one I'm going to say 14. 14 is even too small, so let's say 18. Okay, so 18 is okay. And then I'm going to use 400. Okay, so looking for more, or let me say 20. Yes, 20 is what, quite okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to duplicate this one. So I right click on it and then duplicate it. Now what is written here is what, think real estate, think KT Homes. Now KT Homes is what, is Kitech Homes. Okay, so just as this, and then I'll go to a style over here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the typography, the size to what, to let's say 40. Okay, and then I'll increase this one to what, to 600. Okay, yeah, so this one is quite okay. And then I'll come over here, and then there's what, a button over there. So I'll go over here, and then with this I'm going to copy the button that I use at the top over here. Okay, so I'm just going to what, copy this button, copy it. Okay, right click on it and copy it, come over here, right click over here, and then what, paste it. Okay, so I have the button over here, but I'm going to change the button from large to what, to let's say small. Okay, so this is quite okay for me. And then I'm going to write over here, get in touch. Yeah, get in touch. Okay, so get in touch. Okay, so get in touch. Okay, so as you can see, and then I can link this one to what, to maybe the contact, what, the contact page. Okay, so I can link it to what, to the contact page. So as you can see, I am done with what, with the home page. Okay, but I'm not done yet. All what I need to do is what, to make the home page mobile responsive. So how do I make it mobile responsive? You see this responsive mode button over here, or the icon over here, just click on it. Okay, and then I'm going to change it to tablet. Okay, so this is how the tablet mode looks like, and I think the tablet mode is quite okay. There's nothing to worry about. But let's go to what, the you know, the mobile side. Okay, so as you see, the mobile side, this is what, quite scary. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this one over here, and then just change the typography from 55 to 35. Okay, this is quite okay. Or even this one is even quite scary. I'll just reduce this one to what, yeah, this one is quite okay. And then over here also, what I'm going to do is I'm going to what, go to layout. Okay, and then reduce the minimum height a little bit. Yeah, very good. So I think this one is what, is quite okay. And then this one, I think everything is fine. Also this one, what I can do is what, I can just click on this edit column over here, go to maybe advanced over here. Okay, and then give it a padding or a margin. So let's say I'll give it 10 each. Okay, so 10 is quite okay. I'll give this one also what, go to advanced, give it to a 10 on all sizes. Also here I'll give you a 10 on all sizes. Okay, so that it will be what, quite nicely fitted in. Okay, so as you can see, everything looks what, great. Okay, everything looks perfectly done. Now this one, I can decide to reduce the size of the typography a little bit. So instead of 38, I can give it to a 28. Okay, yeah, the same thing applies to this one also. Instead of the 38, we can give it to a 28. Okay, so that it fits in perfectly well. So I think everything is what, quite okay. The last one is what, is this one also. So we're gonna what, reduce the size to what, to maybe 30. Okay, yeah, 30 is what, is quite okay. So everything is now okay. Everything is now perfectly done. We are done with what, with the home page. Now we can what, update it. Okay, so that everything will be what, will be well. Now let's go over here and refresh the website and see how it looks like on the front end. Okay guys, so as you can see, our website is what, is coming in shape. Okay, so everything is what, perfectly done. Everything is quietly complete. Now the only thing left for us to do is to create our menus, and then fix our our header, and then our footer, then um, you know customize some few things, the mobile side of the header, and then other pages that we have to customize, the sidebar and all those things, and then we navigate as a customer, and then we are good to go. So let's go and start doing those things. So we're going to create menus. Okay, we're going to create menus. All right, guys, so we are at the dashboard of our website, and the first thing that I want us to do is to look at our site settings. Okay, so when we go to our settings over here, okay, and go to reading. Now we want to set up our website so that the homepage that we created will be our homepage. Okay, so as you can see, this is our homepage now. And if you click on home right now over here, you can see that our home becomes with a different URL. Okay, and that is not what we want. So we go and make sure that you go to readings, and then over here it says your homepage displays latest post. Change it to static post, and then change this one to home. Okay, and now you can click on save changes. Now you are done with want to go. Now the next one that we're going to do is to also set up our menus. Okay, so we go to appearance over here, go to click on menus to set up your menus. Okay, and then you are good to go. So with the menu, as you can see, we don't have any menu on it, so we're going to create a new menu which says main menu over here, and then I'm going to set the location to primary, and then a mobile over here, and then I'll click on create over here. Now that I have my menu created, I'm going to put in some menu items over here. Okay, so I'm going to add some items over here. So I'll go to view all, and then I'll click on home, login, my favorite. Okay, I'll add the first things I want to add first. New property. New property, I'm not going to add it over here, and then let's say register. Okay, and then search property. Okay, so that is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to add over here, and then I will also add some few things like I'll go to custom links over here, and then add about page. Now the about page, I'm not going to create it. I know that you guys can create, so I'll just write this one. I'll use a custom link for it. I'll use the about and then the contact. Okay, so I don't want us to waste time on this particular website. Okay, so you can go ahead and then create your own about page and a contact, because the video will be very long. Now that I have this one done, I can go ahead and then drag this ones over here, drag this ones also over here, and then with a property search, okay, I'll change this one from property search to just properties. Okay, and then I'll have the about then a contact. Now I'm going to add property type also. So with the property type, I'll go to view all, and then I'll add land. Okay, now of course you can add any property type that you want to add over here, but I'm going to add land, and I'll go to property status, and then I'll add for sale and for rent and for sale over here also. So I'm going to add the for rent and then for sale, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag them over here. Okay, I'm going to drag them over here, and I'll drag the land also over here. So it's going to be like this. Okay, now the next one that I'm going to add is I'm going to add some few pages also to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add profile. Okay, my profile, my property, saved search, and then my favorite, and then I'll go to maybe payment invoice. Okay, and then I think that is all, and then I'll click on add to menu. Now I have this ones also set up. Now what I want to do is I want the profile. Okay, I want this profile to be over here, and then all the other ones to be under it. Okay, so this is my profile, and then over here I'll have my payment invoice, and then I'm going to have my properties over here, and then favorite and save set. So all of them I'm going to let me just all of them I'm going to make it be under the profile. Okay, so all of them should be under under the profile, so that whenever I want to search for it, it will be under under profile. Okay, so when you click the small button over here. So when you go over here, and then there will be something small arrow over here. When you click on it, it will drop down for what, for all these things to come. And then the last one I'm going to add is what, I also want to add what, logout button also. So I want the logout to also be under my profile. Okay, so basically this is what I want to add. Now you see the user menus that we installed, the plugin that we installed from the beginning. This is where it's it's being used. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, when you click over here, it says what, who can see this link. Now it makes the link visible to everyone, logged in user and logged out what user. Okay, so who can see this link? For the home, everyone can see it. Properties, everyone can see it. For sale, everyone can see it. For rent, everyone can see it. Land, everyone can see it. About, everyone can see it. Contact, everyone can see it. Login is where I want to change it. Okay, so who can see the login? I want only logged out users to see the login. And then who can see register? I also want logged out users to also see the login. And then the profile over here, who can see the profile? People who are logged in. Okay, users who are logged in. And then who are those users? You can select anything. Now I want everybody to see. And then over here, you see this arrow over here. You see, I want to change this one to what, just say hello. Okay, and then I'll give a space. And then over here, when I click over here, I want the person who is logged in, okay, to have its username over here. Okay, so maybe hello Kitech. Okay, and then it will greet you like that over there. So the same way, I want everybody logged in to see what, to see their payment info. All logged in users to see their properties. All logged in users to also see their favorite. And then all logged in users to also see their saved search. Okay, and then all logged in users can be able to log out. Okay, now the logout over here, where should the person be taken afterwards he has been logged out? I want the person to go to the home page. Okay, and that is it. So when you are done with all these things, we can just click on save menu to save our menu. Okay, very good. So now that our menu is being saved, we are good to go. Okay, so now we've saved our menu, and then we can go ahead to customize our header and then our footer. So let's go over here and then refresh the website. You realize that this one will go away because we've changed it to the home page. Okay, so as you can see, it has gone away. Okay, so this is our menu, the new menu that we created, and this is the drop down that you can see over here. Okay, so you can't see the logged in and log out because we want it to show only to logged out users. Okay, now that is good. Now let's click on customize over here to go ahead to customize our header and our footer. All right, guys, so we are the customization section of our website, and we are going to start with colors first. Okay, all right, guys, so we are the customization section of our website, and we're going to start with colors first. Okay, so let's go to colors and font, and then click on colors over here. Now as you can see, the default color of the website is this one over here, but we want to change it to a color that we want. Okay, so let's say I want an orange kind of color for the website. Okay, so let's say I want this one. I'm going to copy this one over here and then go over here and then just change it to this one, but this one I want it to be a little bit darker. Okay, and that is it. And then the site background, you can choose any background that you want, but I want this kind of background, so it's okay for me. And then if everything is okay with you, you can go ahead and then publish. So link style, you can choose between it and whatever you want. Let's go back over here, and then the buttons also. So because we chose these colors, the buttons automatically picked the colors that we want. And then the font, you can play around it. I'm not going to waste much time over here. Border radius, I'm going to set it to 0 over here. Okay, yeah, so I think everything is good. I can go ahead and publish it. Now the typography, you can choose any typography that I want, but I want Montserrat, so it's good for me. I'll go ahead and then go back over here and then go to header. Okay, so now guys, I'm rushing through because I have done a thorough tutorial about Cadence theme, the customization session for you guys. Okay, so if you want to know every details about how to customize the header and the footer, everything, go to the channel and then search for Cadence customization or Cadence theme. Okay, you see it over there. Okay, over there. Yeah, that is it. So with the what, with our logo, with our header over here, you see this is what our header. Now we want our what, our logo. Okay, so click on it, and then we're going to set what, our logo for it. So choose your logo. So this is my logo. I'm going to set it, and then I'll skip what, cropping, and then instead of what, logo and title, I'm going to what, just use what, logo. Okay, and then I'll set this one to 220, which is okay for me. I'll go over here and then set it to a 150. I'll go over here and then also set it to a 150. Everything is what, good for me. Okay, so my logo is what, is set up for me. Now I can click on what, publish. Now you cannot see the full logo because it is on what, on white. Okay, now we get over there. Now with the primary navigation over here, you can go over here to what, to check the design and everything that you want. Okay, I want to change this one to what, to white. Okay, so I want to change this one to what, to white. Okay, so that when I change the color to black, everything what, will fall in place. Okay, so you see this one is white. Now let's come over here and click on this gear icon over here, and then with this let me go over here and see something. Yeah, okay, so with this background over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this background from this color to what, to black. Okay, so as you can see, I have black over here. Okay, just change it to black, and then everything what, will fall in place for you. Now I'm going to add a button. Okay, so I'm going to add this button over here. I'm going to add this button, and then I will change the label to what, list your property. Okay, and then also what I'm going to do is I'll go back to let me go back to pages over here, and then I'll copy the list your property what, link over there. Okay, so if you go over here, the new property, okay, just right click over here, and then what, copy the link address over here. Okay, so just copy the link address, and then come back to your customization over here, and then paste the what, the link over here. Okay, so I'm going to paste the link over here, and then I'm good what, to go. So as you can see, everything is what, good to go, and then I'll click on what, publish over here. Now if you go to design, you can customize it the way you want it. Make sure that I set my my border radius to 0, because I don't want any radius to be there. Okay, so now I have my button set up. Now let's go to what, let's go to the mobile and then the tablet. So let me go to the tablet. The same thing also, I want to use what, the button over here. Okay, so that I'm going to what, I'm going to have the mobile button also on the what, on the website. So if I click over here, as you can see, I have what, a button over here. Now I want to change this background from black to what, to this kind of dark color. Okay, so I'll click on the off canvas settings over here, and I'll go to design, and then instead of black over here, now I'm going to choose this color, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to what, reduce the opacity a little bit. Okay, so if I click on this one, so as you can see, it is what, it is going to be something like this. Okay, now let me bring it down a little bit. Yeah, very good. So as you can see, I think this one is what, it's quite okay. Now I can what, I can remove it. Now let me just publish it, and now everything is good to go. With the trigger also, you can click over here to what, to set up your trigger designs and all those things. Okay, and that is how you can be able to customize it. Now I think we are good to go. We are almost done with the what, with the the customization section of the header. Now let's go back and then go to what, footer. Okay, so let's scroll up and see how the footer looks like. So this is how the footer what looks like. Okay, so with the footer design, it's also very simple. We go click on the copyright settings over here, and then what you're going to do is with the general settings over here, copyright year, site title. Now sometimes you have what, the team credit over here. Now remove the team credit, and then write your own copyright text over here. Okay, and that is it. Now if you go to the the design, you can what, the link style, you can say what, you don't want to be what, underlined over here. Okay, and then you see that there is no what, underline over here. Now the link colors also, you can what, you can choose from this place. So you want this one, and then the hover, how do you want it? When you hover, you want it to be, let's say, white. Okay, so exactly how it's behaving over here. Now that you are good to go and everything is good for you, now let's click on this bottom gear icon over here, and then click on design over here, and then with the bottom row, what I will do is what I'll change it to what black over here. Okay, now with the widget content, I'll change this one to what, to white. Okay, and as you can see, I have everything what set up the way I want it. Okay, so now that I'm good to go, I will just click on what, publish over here. Then everything is what, good to go for me. Okay, so now I have everything set up. Everything set up. My footer is set up. My header too is what, is set up. So I am what, I'm good to go. I'm good to go. Now that I have everything set up, I can just go back over here, click on back over here, and then you know pass through the website as what, as a normal customer or a normal user. Okay, now before we even go that, let's go back to what, our dashboard, and then I'm going to show you one more thing, that is what, the appearance, and then go to widget. You remember the classic widget that we installed? This is where it takes place. Okay, now these are what, the things you can use on your what, on your sidebars. Okay, so things that you can use on your sidebars. So let's go back over here and then click on what, customize, and then I'll show you something. Okay, I'm going to show you something. So if you want to customize your sidebars and all those things, you can do so. Okay, so with the default sidebar, you can pick it from what, the post the page what, layout. Okay, so this is what, the page what, layout, or the post layout. Okay, so over here you can set how you want your posts what to behave, and then you can go to the individual pages to also set up how you want each page to what, also what behave. So let's click over here, and then the general page layout. Okay, if you go over here, this is it. Okay, so if you don't want a sidebar for everything, you can what, you can ignore it and then click on what, publish over here. Okay, but imagine, let's say your properties page, you want a sidebar for it, because if you go over here, you want to show this what, search form, product, featured product, and then recent product, all of them, you want to show it what, on the sidebar over there. Now how do you do that? Okay, now what you have to do is what, you go into the individual pages. Okay, so for instance, let's go to the pages over here, click on all pages over here, and then let's say let me say my profile. Okay, so let's say my profile, I click on edit over here. Okay, so let's say my profile over here. Okay, now the profile picks what, the default. So let's say I want to show what, a sidebar for it. Okay, or maybe I just want it to be what, a normal without what, without any sidebar. Okay, so what I'm going to do is what, I'll just go to, you see, mostly at times you are here. Okay, so just click on this page settings over here, and then you have this settings for you. Okay, if you are using what, if you are using the cadence theme, and then click on what, update. Okay, now sometimes too, you have a theme like Ocean WP can give you settings about your pages. Astra theme will also give you all those kind of settings too. Okay, so that is exactly how you can be able to do it. So basically, I think we are almost done. So now you can set up your individual pages over here. So if I go to, let's say let me go to all pages over here, and then let me see how my properties page look like. So let me just right click and then view the properties page, and then let me see how it looks like over here. So you see how the properties page looks like. It looks what, this is what, all my properties with my profile over here, but that is not this one that I wanted to view. I want to see the advanced search. Where is it? The advanced what, advanced search or search properties. Yeah, this one. Okay, so as you can see, this is what the search properties. Okay, but with this one, I want to have what, I want to have a sidebar. So how do I do it? Now go over there and then click on what, edit it. Now with yours, you will see what, you see advanced search. With mine, I have changed the title, and then you are seeing what, search properties. Okay, to change the title, just change it over here. Okay, and that is it. Now you see, I can click over here, page settings, and then I'll use what, this sidebar over here. Okay, and then I'll use this what, sidebar over here, and then I'll click on what, update. Now when I come over here and then I refresh the website over here, I should be able to see the sidebar floating over here. Okay, so as you see, this is what this is the sidebar that you can you see. Okay, and that is how you can be able to make your page have sidebar. Okay, so I think, guys, we are almost good to go. Now the next step that we have to do is let me just refresh this website and see over here how I want us to go through the website as a normal user. Okay, so let's say a user land on your website and then want to list their properties. What happens now? The person click on list property, and then they will be landed on this page which says you need to log in to continue. So click here, and then the user don't have any account. The person can register. Okay, so how does the person register? Just write your username over here. So let's say test, and then test@gmail.com. So I'm just using something, and then I'll use maybe a password, and then I'll agree to the terms and conditions, and then I'll click on register. So your account was successfully created. You can log in now. So I can click over here to log in. Okay, so I'll just click over here and then write my username and then my password, and then I'll click on login. Now login successful, redirecting. So they redirect you to this place, and then they tell you that you have to choose a package. Okay, remember the packages that we created. This is where it come to play. So click here to choose your listing package. So as you can see, all your listing packages are over here. Okay, so which one you want now? Now I want to go free. Okay, so choose free package, and then as you can see over here, you can choose the free package, get free package, and then thank you for your service. You go to your dashboard. So this is your dashboard. Okay, this is your dashboard. Now you want to create listing. So you see over here it says submit listing. Now you can submit new property over here. Okay, so click there to submit your new property over there. Okay, so now that we have over here, now you can enter the name of the property. So let's say any name. So let's say new house in Accra. Okay, so you enter some text over here. Beautiful house located in Accra. So just make sure that you list every make sure that you give a good description of whatever you want. Okay, and then click on next, and then enter your address. So with the address, it's going to make some way. Okay, because of the map over here that we did not enter our API key over here. So don't worry about it. Now of course you can go ahead to set up your own API keys and other things. Now if the country is Ghana, leave it as it is. If not, choose the one that you want. The state, Greater Accra. The the city, we say Accra, and then the neighborhood, we say East Legon. And then you can choose your postal code. So I'll choose my postal code, and then I'll go ahead to to set up my type. Okay, so the type I'll choose it is let's say apartment, and then the status, it is for sale, and then the label, it is finished, completed, and then sale. Okay, and then I'll go for it again. Now the price, I'll say 1 million Ghana cedis. Okay, and then I'm going to leave it as it is, and then I'll go to the next one. Okay, now the property features, I also choose all the features of the properties, and then I'll go ahead and then and then click next for it. Okay, so the property details also, I can choose any details that I want which is related to the the rooms, the house that I'm providing. So rooms, we have 5 rooms. Bedrooms, we have 3 bedrooms. Bathrooms, we have 2 bathrooms, and then 1 garage, and then maybe year built, I'll say 2022. The property ID, I'm going to leave it as it is because it will generate property ID for me. And then the additional details also, what I'm going to do is I'll leave it, because if you have additional details you can add it, and then I'll come over here and then add my images I want to add over here. So I'll click on select, and then I'll select my images. Okay, any images that I want to image. So one. Okay, so now that my images are uploaded, okay, I can of course drag in which one I want. So let's say I want this one over here, and then if I have any files, I can attach it over here. If I have any video, I can put it the URL over here, and then maybe an image 360. Okay, I can put it over here, and then I can click on next, and then floor plans. If you have any floor plans I can enable it and then enter all the details over here. I don't have any floor plans, and then I click on next, and then the contact information that I want it to display. You can choose between which one you want, and then I'll go to the private note. If I have any private note, I can send it over there. I can type it over here, and then I'll submit the property. Okay, now my property is submitted. Okay, so I can go ahead and then click here to view my listing, or you see this is the new property that I have. So as you can see over here, this is my my property. Everything is listed successfully on the website. So this is how a user can be able to go through the website and then list their own property, register on it, and then list their own property on it. Thank you for watching, and I know this video will help you to also create your own real estate website for yourself. Okay, thank you for watching, and then leave a link in the leave a comment, leave a comment over there, and then let me know if this tutorial helps you or you understood it very well. If you don't have if you didn't understand anything, if you did not understand anything, just leave a comment over there. Tell me which place you don't understand, and let me try my best to explain everything for you. Okay, thank you for watching, and thank you so much for pushing this channel to the next level. I really do appreciate each and every one of you over here. Okay, thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.